Hello survivors, welcome to another stream. How we doing, guys? How we doing? We have got RTS here, of course. I'm not going to be responding too much to chat live, but thank you very much for tuning in, guys. I have had a request to remod my teams on stream again, so I'm going to be doing that today, guys. It's going to be a remod stream again. I'm going to be creating about 5 or 6 attack teams, and probably, for me, 1 or 2 defense teams. I don't have a huge amount of, mods. Well, actually, I have a huge amount of mods, but I don't have a huge amount of characters that I can use on defense teams. So I have less options, and they're still work in progress. As you guys know, I've said it very much, like, a lot of times. I worked heavily on my attack teams first, and yeah. We can get rid of this New Year message. Happy New Year, though, guys. Happy New Year. Hope January is going well for you. Hope 2021 has been good for you so far. But we can get rid of this message. Okay, so when we're going to go into the mods, this is going to be something I'm going to do when I do these remod streams, just to remind people what you can do. It's an easy way to unmod your entire roster. You can go up to search here, and then you scroll down to equipped and unequipped, and then you untick unequipped, because you don't need the ones that are unequipped, because you're not unequipping those. You need to unequip these. I've unequipped a majority of my roster already, and an easy thing to do, I'm not sure how easy it is on mobile or tablet, but for me, it works really well. If you see these 9 mods here, it's like these 9 here. These are like the top of the screen. If you see this one in the bottom right hand corner, when you click it, you can see the button for unequip is right in the same place. So you can just spam that spot really quickly, and then you can get into a rhythm of just unequipping your entire roster like this. At the moment, this is pretty much the fastest way you can do it. Rather than going through all of your characters, if you want to unequip your entire roster and you don't care what mods you want to equip, and you just want to re-mod your entire roster, I would say this is the fastest and best way to go. You can unequip an entire roster of I'd say like 200, 300 mods, in a few minutes. It doesn't take too long, versus going into each individual character and finding which one's got the mods, because sometimes you don't know. I think there might be... Nope, there's no way of doing it here. So you have to find out, so, oh, damn, this guy down here's got mods. Unequip, unequip, unequip. Okay? So that's the fastest way. We're just going to get rid of the last few mods. Oops, unequipped. And once we get to this point, this is when it's annoying, because then we have to go around individually and get them. But it's the last 8, guys. It's the last 8, so who cares, right? Who cares? There we go. We're going to have the roster fully unequipped right now. There we go. For some reason, it always shows 1 left, but it's gone. So I've got all my mods free. Every single one of my characters are modless, and they're not half the character they once were when they're modless, guys. It's a really big difference. Even though it only adds like 1,000 stat in some cases, it's a really big difference. Now, personally, the place I think's best to mod your teams is in your roster. In your view teams. As you can see, I've only got 1 team. I deleted everything. And the plan here is to create my teams and build them on the fly, basically, I know what teams I use the most, and that's the team that we will want at the top. The team we want the most, use the most, or like our fallback team, if you've got a team that you fall back on to actually attack, put this at number 2. Now, the characters in this one are just characters I'm focusing on leveling up. You could potentially have a tower attack team first. So, like, for instance, your Abraham. And this way, it's better having that first and then level up second. Because, when you're clicking around and you're going to your tower, let's say you used team 5 here on your last attack. When you go to attack the tower, it automatically goes all the way down to team 5 first, right? But if you click attack on a tower and then just click your roster screen, it just stops you from scrolling, and you can just drag down instantly, let go, and hit attack. Like, you can just quickly get an attack off that way, And then you just got to remember when you attack the next team to select the right attack team. That's just all you've got to remember to do. Okay, so the first team I'm going to build is going to be a versus all team. This is going to be my auto team. But it's also going to be pretty good versus Marge just in general. Because it is it counters Marge teams quite heavily. Okay, so the leader for this team for me is a bit of a... I've got this character, some other people don't, but if you've got Diego, just put him in there. We're also going to just now put in a bunch of effects. So this isn't just mods, it's doing a bit of team building as well. So we're going to do a bunch of effects. We're going to need a little bit of heals. You could do this in two ways. You can have Nick to protect you from infection, turn 1. That's absolutely fine. And he adds trauma as well, turn 2. So Nick could be a good one, but this is against Marge teams majority of the time. So I just take Pete just for heals. And then in the last slot, I take a character just basically for... If it doesn't look like I'm going to win with trauma, because they're very, very heavy trauma resist, I am going to need something to basically have some cover. And that is going to be Mateo. Okay? Now we're going to look at the weapon options. Weapon options, for me, I'm going to need to use this axe on somebody. And then I have to decide who I'm going to be attacking turn 1 on, who I'm going to be attacking turn 2 on, you know. And it's between Mateo and Diego. In the first 2 turns, I will do that active. But I can guarantee never do Diego turn 1. But I can potentially do Mateo turn 1. Depends on the defense team. If they've got no healing, fast healing weapons, I will pop Mateo's active straight away. So he might not do an attack turn 1. So that's why I generally will give this to him. And the bonus is, you know, I can give him a crit weapon instead. And I have some really good crit weapons that I haven't actually used for a long time. So I'm going to just pull them out. We have got some defensive weapons for Wangfa. We're just going to keep him up defensive. But here's a weapon that I think's good on Wangfa. Remember, this team is generally not going to rush outside of Diego. We're going to protect Diego's rush with impair resist. The rest are active only. So you don't have to worry too much about Wangfa rushing or not. And that's why I think this weapon's pretty good. Okay? Because what this weapon does is turn 2, instantly, it will apply a 35% heal reduction, and it will apply it against 4k trauma because you've got the active of Jesus and then the active of Diego. So potentially, let's say someone had heal reduction resist turn 1 on their team, it would be like they resist it, and turn 2 on your team after turn 1 on their team, they'd resist it and take 4k damage. Then you do Wangfa's active for another hit of heal reduction, which is 100% this time. Again, they could resist it, 4k damage. So this weapon, this is one of the few weapons that applies an actual debuff in the 4 slot, like that 4 slot there. So it is a really good weapon to take, in my opinion, on this sort of team. So I'm going to slot that in. You could potentially take the infectious rifle. I don't basically. I think this weapon's good for onslaught, but I think it's a bit too. It can mess up your attacks in this game mode. So we're gonna go with just the obvious thing for Jesus. Give him lots of stats. You know, alert buffs. Two alert characters. Everyone's gonna get 20% defense boost. And in this character, we want to give crit. And again, we don't care about the rush. And this is a good weapon that I created way back. I think I created this for 5-star cal. Or, no, 6-star cal. And this weapon is legit. I obviously want a healing stun. I might create a healing stun version. But we're going to give him that. And when you've created your team, the reason you do weapons first is then you can see the gaps, you know? Like, let's say Jesus, for instance. The obvious gaps on Jesus is that he's got really low defense versus his HP in this team. But I've got to be aware that I'm going to use Jesus in other teams, but I'm also most likely going to use him with this weapon. So I'm going to mod him very, very defensively, and we're gonna take it from there. We might switch it up once we get to the defense team to balance it out a little bit more. It's better to have a good hard balance on your defense team. Attack team, you can be a little bit lopsided, especially this team, because I'm mainly going to be attacking defensive teams, not like teams that are actually going to do like heavy amounts of damage. So it's not too bad. And we're going to double down on resist on a lot of these characters because of that as well. And we're probably going to go with, well, as a team, we're probably going to go with like maybe, let's think, taunt resist And maybe just taunt resist, heal reduction resist across the board. The only character that is going to be a little bit different is going to be Jesus, just because he's in my defense team. I will probably remod him later when it comes to using him on the defense team. But this is if you're primarily going to be using him on attack. So everybody's going to get boosted defensively, except for Diego. He's going to go quite offensive, but I'm going to use weird set mods. And a character like Diego can use these mods quite nicely. What I'm going to do as well is I'm going to mod a character like Diego right now. Then I'm going to come to you in chat and ask you, is there any questions about this particular character? And then I'll move on to the next one, come to chat, ask you if there's anything. Just to make it easier that way, okay? So first we're going to... Well, actually first, do we have any questions about this team? That's probably a good way to do it. Actually, no, we'll do the questions about the team. Yeah, we'll do the questions about the team now. I'm trying to get a good idea. We'll do team questions first, then character questions after I do the mods. Thank you very much for tuning in, though, guys. What's up, Shani, GB, group of gamers, Michael, Alexander, Richard, Noah, Jonathan, Cygnus, Keith. Thank you very much. Fallout Guy. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Who else is there? Colton. Thank you very much for tuning in. What's it? Emerk as well. So any questions about this team? Functionality? Not understanding certain things? If you're understanding everything, I'm going to move on to just the modding of Diego. I want to try and keep this quick because I'm going to be modding 6 teams and we're already 15 minutes in. Any replace for Diego? Not for this team, but there is going to be a second team that I'm going to build, which is like my old fullback auto team, and we'll talk about that in like a couple of teams. I think it's going to be in like 3 teams because it's not one of my go-to teams. Well, actually, it might be my next team. Okay. Why not using the trade with Mateo? Because this is a trauma team. This is primarily a trauma team, but Mateo's there for backup. Okay? Mateo's there for backup. What's with Diego's hat? We're going to keep questions on point. Let's keep questions on point. If the death team you attack has lots of revives, can you still use this team? Yeah. It's a heavy trauma-based team. If the team should explode, basically. That's the aim. It should blow up. But if it doesn't, I can stop rushing on Diego and then just use Wangfa Mateo combo. That's the fallback, because there are going to be people who heavily mod their defense teams with trauma now because of Jesus and Diego. So that's why I have to have Mateo in there, because if I go all out trauma and we've got people with like 80% trauma resist across the board, this team's going to take ages. And then what you're going to have to happen is just like one character's going to revive, another character's not going to get taken out, they're going to revive the next turn. It's just going to go round and round in circles. Tanya going to be fun. Tanya's going to be controlled by Jesus. I've had 0 problems with Tanya with a Jesus in my team. You can't mod against everything with Tanya. You can't mod against heal reduction, trauma, impair. You can't do it all, you know? This is attack. I mean, I guess you could potentially use a team like this on defense and be cheeky, but this is attack. Actually, that could be pretty nasty as a defense team, right? Because if you get controlled by Jesus, that's potential. Okay, we're going to go into mods. There's no more questions. And what we're going to do is we're going to use a HP or defense set. And you see all these attack mods I've got in these ones? They're pretty much, well, they're not useless, but they're just not as useful as in here, you know? Attack on attack. Yeah? And attack on crit. So I don't want to waste these mods on a character that primarily, I mean, isn't a proper go-to damage dealer. I'm going to waste, air quotes, one of these ones and give him quite a lot of attack, but also give him a bit of a defense with a set bonus. So we're going to go with defense set, and we're going to give him attack. So his defense will actually, I probably should go with HP set because, again, let me just clarify something. With HP on this character, you're going to maybe come up against bleeds, so you need to raise this guy's HP quite a lot. So we'll go with HP set. Fortunately, I've got one there. And we're going to go with attack versus. This is primarily going to be against Marge teams. And I will do quite good damage against fast characters. So I'm going to do attack versus strong. And we're going to get a 56% attack. Like, that mod you would not normally use. But it works here. Bottom right hand corner, we have to go for impair resist. And we'll come back to this in a minute. Bottom left hand corner, we're going to go with burn, okay? And the reason we go with burn is because this is just adding an extra effect to teams. And I could potentially go with bleed because it would actually make it so that Marge would cleanse bleed and it'll be an extra effect cleanse. So I might actually do that instead. You don't have to go for a high one. You can just go for any bleed. Doesn't make any difference. And that's a good mod to have. And next up, we're gonna go for. Here we're gonna go for HP. So we need HP on HP. This is the only character we're not gonna double down on with the resists. We'll just give him a reasonable HP on HP. Okay, no, I don't want to give him the best stuff. He's just an attack team character, like just 500 plus. Okay, that'll do. Okay, so for the resist, this is where we can go outside of set bonus. And we're going to be going for the best possible impair resist I've got. I might have a perfect that I haven't leveled up, so we'll look around. I've got a lot of resist mods, as you can see. So I've got 49. And if you've got a perfect, it tells you in the bonus values. It just says max, 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 max at level 5, 10, and 15. So that's what we're going to look out for. 75% resist would be legit as hell. If we don't see that, we're going to have to go back. 57%. I don't see any max yet. I've got so... Okay, that's a really good one. 63. It's a shame that first roll, but 63. I don't see... Okay, I don't have any max mods. So what we're going to do is at 63%, and it is actually... did I have one in HP? 44, no, 54, 57, 24. Let me see if I can get luck on the first roll. No. Okay, we won't do that. We won't do that. We're going to go with the defense set one that we got as 60 odd percent. I thought I had a 70% one, honestly. Let me just recheck. I thought I had quite a high. I thought it was in like crit set or something. I thought I had quite a high one. It might be my other region. Like impair resist isn't that big a deal, but if you want this guy to rush, like I will sometimes use him against Jesus teams, but he's not my primary go-to. Okay, we're just gonna go with the 63. Okay, so it's off trait. We're gonna apply this, and you can see he's got a bit of a HP boost. It's not fantastic, but he'll be able to survive 3 hits from Mr. Lou's active, and in the meantime, I can like heal him with Pete. And also, he's only tier 2 level 1, so I haven't really leveled him up that much. As a maxed out character, he gets almost the HP he's got right now, and then the HP that he just got from that mod will be added on top. Okay? Any questions about Diego here? I want to move on to the next character. Made it to the stream. Welcome. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. What about Argus for higher bleeds? He's not very good on a cleanse team. He's good on a team that you want to get rolling early. You need commands and stuff. Check out my video about Argus if you want to see what I think about him. We've got 70 people on stream, guys. 18 likes on the stream. Let's get those likes up to like 40. Let's get the likes up to 40. Thank you very much for tuning in. Okay, any Train Diego? Yeah, he's just not a priority because he doesn't need levels. My defense team needs like actual levels, otherwise they're going to get destroyed. Get the likes up, baby. I know, right? I know. Even 6-star carrier works. Yeah, I mean, he just is a focus and he's annoying. But anyway, any questions? We'll move on to the next character. You understand why I'm doing stuff. HP set and HP mod to boost this HP because bleed on like Mr. Lou on defense teams can frustrate this guy. We've got bleed here to make the proc of Marge's active cleanse another effect, and that would effectively be more trauma damage. Could be 4k more trauma damage, so really high. This is if I ever do use him against Jesus teams, because he's my auto team. If I'm just getting like frustrated or bored with war, I might just take this team everyone and just pretty much just like line up the first 1 or 2 attacks and then hit auto and see what happens, and just hopefully just blitz it, you know. When you do more free-to-play options against Marge teams, yeah, can do. I mean, the next one's going to be like a free-to-play option for a Marge team, what I used to use, but also what is primarily my Jesus attack team. I'm just worried about giving out the highest mods to the wrong people early on when remodding. That's why this is quite safe, because you're using ones that you're not going to use attack on HP or attack on HP like these two on anybody, so that's fine. I went for a mid-average mod. I didn't go for I went for like the 4th or 5th highest. Bleed doesn't matter, and he needs the highest impair here, so this is a safe character. This makes sense, Professor Luck. Thank you very much. I've had requests at this. No sarcasm in chat. No sarcasm. Okay, next character. We're going to move on. Wangfa. We're going to do what we said before. We're going to primarily boost the resists on this character. Heal reduction resist and taunt resist. Just in case there's like a shy trader lurking on a defense team somewhere. And that's basically the only issue this team can have is just trader lasting a little bit too long. Trauma shouldn't be an issue against trader because anyone who's got trader should put trauma resist on him. You just should do that. Okay, so we're going to go with HP set or defense set. I'm going to go with HP set. No, wait, we're going to go with defense set because his defense is higher. So we'll give him a boost to defense, but we'll give him a HP mod so he'll get the biggest boost there. Have I got? Yeah, I've got a couple. So we'll give him my lowest one. I'm not as bothered about attack teams. We'll give him my lowest one. Here we are going to do defense versus fast. And again, we won't go for like a super high one. I'll go for the 33%. You know, I don't think he's going to have a problem, to be honest. If anything, it might be better to go for defense against tough on this character. Okay? And I'll split. I won't use one of these ones because they're decent. We'll go for defense against tough. Because there's more on Jesus teams. There's more likeliness to have an actual dangerous character who can do damage, who's a tough character versus a fast character on a defense team for like any other team. Bottom right hand corner, we're going to stick with the resist we talked about. We are going to go with heal reduction. I haven't got very high heal reduction here, 52%. And was it taunt resist? We're going to go with taunt resist. Taunt resist, all the way down the bottom. We've got a few. Again, not going to go with my highest. We'll go with like a 50% plus. That'll be fine. 48. Yeah, we'll go 50%. This is. I mean, actually, this is my go-to. So, yeah. So we're gonna just lock those. That's locked in. This mod is up to you. It is up to you. You could go for bleed again, and that way you're just getting a bleed on another character when you come up against Marge teams. You have to remove 2 Guardian Shields. Turn 1. Jesus is going to do his active. Mateo and Pete can remove shields, and you can have Wangfa and Diego do their bleed. So that's an extra potential there. Okay, so we're just going to do bleed here in the bottom left hand corner, and we might come back at some point in this team, like later on, and we're just going to clarify it works. I'll do a test run as well on the attacks. Any questions on Wangfa? Any questions? Bleed on attack is not that good. Bleed on attack is to add an extra effect. This is a trauma-based team. All effects matter, right? And when you come up against a Marge on defense teams, she has first, second, or third turn cleanse, which cleanses bleed. For every cleanse you do, they take the amount of trauma they got. You can get 4k trauma turn 1 on a trauma team if you've got Diego and Jesus in it. Okay? It's just as simple as that. Change Mateo. We're not changing this team, guys. This isn't team building. This is not changing this team. I don't need alpha. Like, Mateo is a backup. Mateo is a backup. I'm going to show you this team in action and you'll see it work. Okay? If you want to change it for alpha, go ahead. My teams are staying the way they are. Won't the bleed stack, so wouldn't it be optimal to go burn and bleed? You are correct, Boris, but burn will not be cleansed by the active. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove 1 shield with Pete, 1 shield with Mateo in this team. So Pete and Mateo will remove the shields on a Marge defense team, and then Diego will apply bleed to one character and Wangfa will apply bleed to the other. The main character to apply bleed to is Marge because she always cleanses herself. The other one's a little bit RNG. Okay, so no questions on Wangfa, right? No questions on Wangfa. Marge clean everything. I don't think she oh yeah, she does clean everything, you're right. I mean, I guess she puts in resist. See, there we go. She does put in resist for bleed. So that's why what I've got in my head. When she cleanses, there'll be bleed resist on characters, and that means with that mod, you can start doing 2k attack or 5k attack if you've got the weapon on it as well. Yeah? Group of gamers, I'll go over the entire thing right at the end just to clarify the position of the attack and stuff, but it was a stat-based weapon. But I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that for now. We're going to go for Jesus now. Now, Jesus I do use on my defense team as well. And because of that, I am going to have to put that, have that in mind. I'm going to give him some of my best mods because he's on my defense team. Defense teams need everything. Like, 1% can make a difference. So we're going to give him my best defense on defense, which is, it might not seem like a lot, but it's an extra 15 defense. He could take a little bit less damage and it could just save him in a certain situation. Top right hand corner, we are going to go with defense versus tough because that's where he's going to struggle. Bottom right hand corner, we are going to go with daze resist because this is where people are going to try and stop it. I don't have the best daze resists. Oh, I've got a 61%. Actually, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. So daze resist, we want to keep that active. He's got more chance of resisting stuff now than he has of not resisting it when it comes to keeping that active going. Bottom left-hand corner, he's not going to do basic attacks too much, so things like this are not very good, to be honest. He is primarily going to be focused, so reflect could be good, or he could use graze, so just like reducing the damage. Or, because we're not going to have a stun resist on him, if he got stunned, you could give him an extra 70% defense when stunned. It's pretty much up to you in this situation. Personally, I'm going to use graze. I'm going to use graze because I don't like reflect. Reflect just gives too much AP. I mean, it only counters Priya pretty much. It doesn't counter any. Or Priya and Alpha. Priya. I mean, I guess I can put it in because if I am controlling them with my impair, they're not going to gain AP anyway. Okay, we'll put it in. There we go. I talked myself into it. And then the last mod here, we are going to go with trauma resist. I don't think I have a very good one here. Starting to get a little bit hoarse already. That's not good. That's not good. I don't have... We've got a trauma resist here. 61%. Go all the way down to my resists. Problem is, because he's got trauma and daze, he can just get hard controlled by like stun, taunt, confuse. You can't mod against everything. You can't mod against everything. It's just the way it is. So you've got to make a decision. Just make a decision. Okay, we've got some impairs. Sorry, so we've got some of these. 56. Oof. Oh, that's good. Let's see what we get here. Ooh, 65. 65 HP set. We'll go with 65%. Okay, that's Jesus. Any questions? Any questions? I have the elusive impaired Tommy gun on him right now, but my blue weapons aren't great. He's got an effect weapon on him. Will 6-star Diego work also in that team? Yes. Diego will work as a leader. It's mainly about his leader skill and his his rush effect to remove negative effects from the enemy team to cleanse it. If you have an S class, he just will do more impact damage. I think the difference between the 6-star and the S class is you just don't want to go with attack mod. You want to go with HP mod because he's going to have a lot less HP and you need to survive bleeds like from loot. Okay, so any questions on Jesus? Remember, I'm modding him mainly for my defense team here and I'm just using him on this attack team. Reflect is good for Jesus just because if he gets focused by someone like Priya, Magna, Alpha, basically any multi-hit characters, he'll reflect them and wreck them. And because I talked myself into it, but because of his active, people will not be gaining AP because he's impairing them. So that's the only downside to reflect is when you attack someone with reflect, you can potentially gain like 40 AP if the reflect is big enough and you've got enough HP to take it. Since I have Akira 6-star, I've got mind when to keep modding with you. Yeah, true enough. I mean, what you should do is just mod your entire team and then decide. I mean, it's getting late. So you've got like 3.5 hours to remove mods. Trauma resist is because he's going to be on my defense team, and there's going to be a lot of people using trauma. A lot of people using trauma. Everyone wants to be using their new fresh Diegos. If I don't have his Glock, a regular stun gun. Yep, pretty much. The other event character weapon is fine. Wherever it is. This one. That one's fine. You probably want to have a huge bonus to AP when attacking. I just upgraded the HP and just left it. I haven't actually used this weapon. But yeah, like you say. Any stun gun. If it's got elusive, focus stun, even better. Even better. Okay, so that's Jesus. I'll just quickly show you that weapon that I'm using. The reason I'm using this weapon is, like we talked about, this team is based on actives, so it doesn't matter about not having AP. And in the 4th slot, there is an effect that gets cast effectively at the start of every turn. Apply 35% heal reduction to all enemies for 1 turn. If they resist that, potentially that's going to be 2, 4, 7, K damage because of the trauma. So that's actually a pretty good weapon to have. It only doesn't stack, but just having one of these in a trauma attack team is really good. And that's a universal upgrade on team player, I think. I think that's a universal upgrade on team player. Okay. So now we're going to go with Pete. And with Pete, as you can see, haven't leveled him up that much. But we're going to just raise that HP. This is pretty much the only teams that he's going to be used on my 2 attack teams here, just to cleanse infection. If you have Nick, you don't need Pete as much. You need to win quick with Nick, but you're adding trauma to alert characters, so there is this trade-off there, and it's a pretty decent one. We're going to mod him HP mods, and we're going to do HP on HP. This is so he survives the bleed. Like I said, I haven't leveled him up that much. So I need to take that into consideration. We're also going to do defense versus tough because I will sometimes use him against Jesus teams. And we need to get him so he survives a reasonable amount. I don't think I need to use defense versus tough on any of my other defense team characters. I need to use it on Trader. But I've got better. I've got the plat mods. We're going to use gold mods here. Here we're going to do heal reduction resist. And we are going to do this. It's quite important to keep Pete alive. So if you want to give him the best heal reduction resist, best taunt resist, like he needs a good taunt resist, because if he gets controlled by taunt, and there's taunt quite a lot of the places, he's not going to be able to do his active to heal any infection, and that's primarily his role. So we'll give him a pretty good taunt resist, like 60% plus. I've got a couple of 63s, so I'm pretty golden. Sitting on gold. We'll give him a 60. We'll give him a 63. Actually, we'll give him a 61, so he's still getting high, but okay. Bottom left-hand corner. Pete is going to basic attack quite a lot. He's going to do a basic attack turn 1. Turn 2, he's going to active. Turn 3, he's going to basic attack. Turn 4, he's going to active. Turn 5, he's going to basic attack. He's not going to rush much because he's going to be controlled by Jesus a lot. So because of this, we're going to use AP drain on him, like a little bit of chance control, like proper RNG. If I really desperately need it, I could maybe have it come in. It's good to have AP drain somewhere just in case, Attack with that character last, you never know. You never know. Having one on your team is good, and it's going to be on Pete for this attack team. So any questions? You can see his HP is really high, and this is just, again, primarily the issue you've got with defense teams is bleed, damage over time, not percentage damage. So we don't need to increase his defense so much. Any questions with Pete? Any questions with Pete? AP drain. I just explained. Turn on the volume so you can hear me talking. I have a big HP def OG impair, but I don't have any crazy effect blue weapons for defense except the elusive impair. But I mean, that was an attack team that I just showed. This is an attack team. Use the Christmas weapon. It adds 2 negative effects and boosts the trauma. Damage be like 4k. The Christmas weapon. Oh right, yeah, you're right. Confused and slow. You have to hit crits though. You have to hit crits. Daze resist instead of heal reduction. No. Don't run into too much daze on defense teams, except Tara. That is the only problem I'm going to have. And I need to keep him up. Like, he needs to resist the heal reduction that comes in from Trader and stuff like that. Has to. That's the only problem that this team can really have. Like, I'm going to use him in 2 separate teams. You're going to see the second team I use him in is going to have Wangfa as the leader. And that's going to be against Jesus. Wangfa's lead is good against Jesus. Diego lead is good against Marge and pretty much any other team. Diego's just okay against Jesus. He's good, but I think Wangfa's better. I think Wangfa's a little bit better against Jesus teams. Because Jesus teams don't have as much heal potential. And that's where infection is really powerful. Whereas Maggie defense teams have high heal potential, so trauma's better against Maggie teams, if that makes sense. I love my attack teams with Diego. Trauma is awesome. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Can I see your team in combat? Yeah, we're going to do an attack right at the end. I'm going to just mod the team and then we're going to attack. You'll see it. I might have to drop some cannons to show all my teams. So that's Pete. Last but not least, we're going to have Mateo. And again, we're going to go with mods that we don't primarily use on other characters, which is kind of good. We're going to go with HP set again. We're going to boost that HP. And we're going to go with crit. So we're going to give him quite a high crit mods. I'm just going to check because I might use an off trait crit on someone else. Okay, we've got 59. Okay, we're okay. We're going to give him a good crit. So the reason we give him a good crit is because of his specialist skill, Confounding. He's going to have like nearly 100 crit now. He's going to have 35 crit from the weapon, 60 crit from the mod, effectively. So he's going to have nearly 100 crit. If you have a 1535, it's not terrible if you've got on someone just to boost him, but like I could potentially use a 1535 in his hands. I could maybe switch it up, actually. Yeah, I think I'm going to switch that up. Okay, we're going to go with defense versus alert here, because there can be some heavy hitting alert characters on teams he's going to face. And we're not going to go with a super duper mod. We're going to go with a decent one. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. HP set. Let's see. I don't have too many strong characters I use on my defense team right now. So, actually, I don't have too many strong characters I use on my defense team. So, I can use a good one. 42. We'll use the 42%. No, that's against strong. Sorry, my bad. Losing it, guys. I'm losing it already. This is not a good sign. 35.5. 45%. Okay, we've got a really good one. Okay. Next up, we're going to do what we did before. Heal reduction resist. Have we got any good rolls? We need to get some good rolls here, to be honest. Ah, come on. No, 50%. I mean, that's still better than what I had before. Let's see if I can get a decent one. Let's get it to 10 and see what we get. Okay, nope. 5, 4, 3.5, 9. Could get lucky on the last roll. Okay, I think that's the best one I can get, 53%. Now, he's going to be one of the people who removes the Guardian Shield, so he doesn't need bleed. But I could potentially put bleed on him as well, because after I remove Guardian Shields, every basic attack I do against someone who's got 100% bleed resist, they will obviously take trauma damage on a Marge team. So I might just do it anyway. Next up, we are going, because there's not like there aren't that many options for an attack team that's defensive in the bottom left hand corner, guys. AP drain, I could potentially use AP drain instead, actually. Like, it's AP drain or bleed. I'll probably use AP drain, actually. We'll use a decent one. There we go. Okay, there we go. I've got 2 potential AP drains coming in. He can survive 3 hits. Again, he's low tier. He can survive 3 hits from Mr. Lou's active, like his bleed. And I've got Pete to heal it back up after the first turn. So he's going to be fine. And then lastly, we're going to do trauma resist. Sorry, not trauma resist. We're going to do taunt resist. I might actually use that one that I just had selected. Because it isn't that high, but it gives nice bonuses. Okay. Any questions on Mateo, guys? Any questions on Mateo? Anything we can use to in place of Pete? Nick? Tanya? You can use Tanya because she's a healer. Basically, someone who can hold a fast healing weapon. So you could use Mr. Lou with a fast healing weapon. And that way you get more bleed turn 1. And you'll either remove that bleed or they'll just do a lot of damage. So Mr. Lou's actually good in this team as well. But he has to have a fast healing weapon so that you're healing. That basically that character in that role is just keeping you alive against potential infection on defense teams. So it needs fast healing, heal actives, nothing on rush that heals, just actives or weapons. This makes me realize the amount of work I have to do. But you can see that you don't really need high tiers on these characters. Look, 3 of them are tier 2 level 1 and it's gonna destroy teams. This is going to destroy teams. What about Priya? I'm going to do Priya in a future team. We're going to go through like 5 or 6 teams, okay? I don't want to take too long on each team. This team's taking about 30 minutes to get through. That's absolutely fine. For now, my defense... We're just going to be talking about how I'm modding my teams. I don't really have time to do team building stuff. If you have any questions about team building stuff, click the link in the description of my video and you can go to my Discord. There's a team build section. I just get a lot of requests about modding my teams, and it's just, this is one of the few times I get a chance. This is like probably the best mod removal event we've had in terms of timing. I just wish I realized earlier. I would have done my stream earlier today. Tier 2 is the average for those that need leveling. Yeah, I mean, they're just not a priority. I'll slowly level them. They're not a priority of vet rings either because it's only just going to give them extra HP. Vet rings are a priority for people like this because he's on my defense team. And people who do percentage damage because they need every single little number of damage. Those are the characters that you want vet rings on and to like max out. Okay, so that's that team, guys. We're going to save it. It is team number 1 effectively. And the reason it's up high is like I said before. If I'm like, let's say down here is going to be my Axel team because I'm rarely going to use Axel team because I rarely come up against Mercers. But let's say I do come up against a Mercer, I'm going to use my Axel team. I scroll down, attack a Mercer, and then the next team's a Marge team. It's just easier to scroll to the top than it is to find a team randomly in your roster. So it's always good to use like the best or like the team you're going to primarily use in the top 3. Because you can just scroll to the top and easily get to them, you know? Easy. Okay, so we're going to do an attack with this team just to show you. And I'm going to just hit auto, so it could just be random. We'll try and find a Marge defense team because that's primarily what it's going to be good against. Now, this does have one weakness. Does anyone know what the weakness is? I will tell you. The weakness is 2 Mr. Lou's. That is a problem. I have to control one of Mr. Lou's turn 1 if I come up against 2 Mr. Lou's. Have to. Otherwise, I'm in a lot of trouble. Because I can't survive that much bleed. Priya. No, Priya's not going to be an issue. Priya, she's not going to rush. Okay, if I don't find a Marge, I'll find someone in my faction who has Marge. I mean, it works against Jesus as well, but I want to show you against the team I built it for, basically. Priya can daze Jesus. I mean, if you're using a daze weapon on Jesus, on Priya on a defense team, I mean, I've got 60% resist to daze anyway. That's why she's there. Double Mr. Loses hard, yeah. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So we don't have any Mr. Lose. This is an easy team because I'm eventually going to beat it. Okay, I'm eventually going to beat it because it doesn't have any kill potential except him, and he's not going to kill me. So we look at the mods. Fast heal. So we can't do this character's... What was that? Turns character's base crit to 100%. We can't do this character's active turn 1. So we're going to remove her Guardian Shield, and we're going to do a basic attack with Diego. And then we are going to do the trauma of Jesus. We're going to see a couple of resists come in. And obviously, a good thing as well is main damage that comes in on my characters, Pete will actually recover the main. So that's a big bonus. So another character that I could do a lot of damage against, I'll remove this one, and we'll do the bleed here. So we're going to see a cleanse come in. We should see a couple of characters get blown up. There we go. And then basically from here, I would probably just auto. I'd probably just auto. So then we're just going to hit auto. And you can see it blows up teams. That's the idea. It just completely blows up teams. There we go. Okay, that's it in action. And this is like a counter team, so it's good against this team. So it would look really impressive against this team. But if I used it against another team, like if I used it against this team, it might do the job still, but it's not built for this team. I've actually built it for the team I just faced, Marge teams. But I can take on Jesus teams as well. I'll face a Jesus team. They're a little bit easier with this team. We'll face a Jesus team. When we need the Jesuses, they're nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen. Watch later on when I need to find a Jackie team to do my Jackie, my versus Jackie attack. We won't find a single Jackie. Just watch. You just watch. Up to 50 likes on the stream, guys. Thank you very much. Come on, Jesus. Are we serious right now? Also, it's not very good against angel defense teams because of the first turn days. Did we just skip to Jesus? Come on. Come on now. There we go. There we go. So these teams are a little bit easier unless you've got one like that. That's a cheeky. Oh, she hasn't got a heal weapon. So that's actually a good combo to have. Someone with a fast heal weapon and this guy. That's actually a pretty good combo to have. So now I'm just going to hit auto and see what happens. All the 5-star rays. It's because my defense team is dropped. So when you have a dropped defense team, you have more chance of getting like not very good, not very good enemies. So like my people resisted some of the heal reduction. Now, trauma is he going? Yeah, he's not well modded. He's not well modded. See how it doesn't look as good against this team. It's because it wasn't built for this team. It's because it wasn't built for this team. So it doesn't look as like March team. It just looks really sweet. It just walked through it. So now we need to build a team for Jesus attack teams and Jesus defense teams, and it's going to use a lot of the same characters. But it's going to utilize infection more than it's going to utilize then it's going to use trauma. I'm not going to take Diego this time round, but it's going to have all the other characters again. The only difference is going to be who you can see on your screen right now. Is that trader guy? Is that trader guy? So all of those characters are already modded. We're going to use the same weapons. We are going to use the same weapons just because it's still good to have an effect pop off. We are going to use the trauma axe on him. As much as it is better on Diego, there's no other one who can use it, and we're going to use the same weapon here. Okay, we've modded all this team already. This is using good mods on characters you're going to use on multiple teams. Like this guy is going to be used on like 2 defense teams and at least 2 attack teams. Okay, so now this one's going to be called versus Jesus. But this is also a team you can build instead of the team before. Like I used to have this team, the second team, before I got Diego. And it's really good. This is still good against Marge teams. It's still very, very good against Marge teams. Okay? So we're going to mod the trader because obviously he's the only character we've added. And we're going to hit the mods. The only thing that is a 100% requirement on trader, no questions asked, cannot be debated, is 100% have a trauma resist on him. He becomes like much more, let's just say what the word is, beast. I think that's the good word. So a trauma resist, it only needs to be 50% or higher. So you could use a really bad trauma resist that only has 50%. If you have 40%, that means he's got 90.5% resist. So you can upgrade all your trauma resists and see which one just gets the, 50%. I'm running out of mod scrap. Fantastic. I might have to go and get some goodies. Remove that. But otherwise, you can see that his defense gets boosted, so we're going to go primarily into HP on his mods. Again, if he does get the bleed, it's good to resist it. Yada, yada, yada. We're not going to give him, like, the best of the best mods. These are going to go on... Who's that going to go on? I probably will put that out on Jesus. Oh, no, does Jesus... I know, Jesus has defense. Okay. Who would that go on? That might go on Rick. Rick's like a character that's almost in every single one of my teams except these two teams. So, giving him the best mods when it comes to HP stuff. Okay, I'll give him this one. Also going to give him one of the good defense versus tough, because he's going to be used on a defense team. We are going to give him a trauma resist. That is like attack set. That's fine. We're going to give him offset. That doesn't matter too much. I don't think there is one that's on set. Nope. Like, let's say I got a crit set like 50.5%. That's the best one to use, basically. Bottom left-hand corner. Kind of questionable. He's going to basic attack first turn because I haven't got his active maxed out. So that he does a basic attack turn 1, does his active turn 2, and can be commanded turn 2. So the bottom left-hand corner is like is a difficult one. But something that I think works quite well is this one. Defense while disarmed. And that's because if you come up against a alpha on, like, if you're using this guy on defense, an alpha comes up against this guy and rushes him, if he gets disarmed, he's going to take massive reduction in damage. Huge reduction in damage. And a lot of people do focus him with alpha because alpha cannot be infected by his weapon. Okay. Mine blew up turn 2 with 40. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Those teams just ignore defense stats. Trauma resist and bleed resist. I don't know about bleed resist. Have I not got a HP set one? And we haven't got really good set bonuses here. Let me see if I've got a good defense one here. I've only got 2 in defense set. HP. I haven't got any in HP set. I don't think I've got any in HP set. It doesn't look like I've got any in HP set. Oh no, wait. Okay, we'll just go with this for the time being. 70% defense boost is okay-ish. I think that's the worst it can be, though. I'm not sure. Trauma resist is way better for Diego Trader. Yeah, that's why he's there. That's why it's there. Bleed resist standard for Trader. I mean, and it depends. I'm kind of in the same situation where I need him to not have his any heal reduction. That's the biggest issue I've got on him. Because I need him to be able to get healed if he gets infected. That's pretty much it. Because I mean, I don't have a cleanse weapon. You can see my weapon's not. I'm just trying. Guys, there's like 40 tries for cleanse. It's nuts. But really, this mod's up to you. I would say that's the only definitive one. That one's up to you. You can go bleed resist, like you say. Just think of the teams you're facing. Jesus defense teams could have. If you want to stop him getting impaired, I don't think you should stop him getting impaired because it's actually better that he doesn't rush on attack teams, so you can auto better. What other characters can be on Jesus defense teams? I can't really think like obvious. I mean, stun resist because of Jesus rush himself. Yeah, it's a hard one. I don't think there's any real wrong choice here. You could go with stats, or you could think about what he'd face on a defense team. And on a defense team, I think he's going to primarily face taunt, because people are going to take in, more likely to take in characters that will taunt. So he only needs a 50%, so there we go. That's 100% resist to taunt. And taunt is I think taunt is the most heavily used control out of Taunt, Impair, Stun, and what's the last one? Confuse? Did I say it? I think I said. Did I say them all? Yeah, I said them all. Is trauma maim damage? No, trauma's flat damage. Maim damage is exhaust. Okay, so we only had to mod one character for this team. Okay, only had to mod one character. Any questions about Trader? Remember, this mod here, you could be sitting there going, nah, that's not a good idea. This mod is 100% user's choice. The rest is based on the reasons I gave. But that's user's choice. Just whatever you feel. Remember, he's going to have 50% resist against everything. This guy has got base resist against everything. I hope I can rewind once I get back. I'm not sure if you can rewind, but you can rewatch the stream afterwards. Jack, don't worry about it. And I'm going to be continuing. Okay, we're gonna find a Jesus defense team now. And you saw what it was like with this team against Jesus. It worked, but it was a little bit shaky, just a little bit shaky. But this team will be a little bit more solid. The only problem is I have to set it up a bit better. I mean, you're probably going to say, it's got these characters. It doesn't matter who it's got on the defense team. I'm not going to do percentage damage. If anything, these are dangerous for me because I don't have anything to like defend myself against these. They could just do flat damage. Now, they don't have any healer, like fast healing weapons. When you don't see a fast character on a Jesus team, you can instantly hit Mateo's active. Just instantly. I got really lucky with the 4 that it hit because turn 2, Trader will automatically hit this dude automatically. So we're just going to just hit auto. Oh, he actually got dazed. He actually got dazed. That is interesting, but it's only going to slow it down by a bit. Only going to slow it down by a bit. Why are they rushing? Why are they rushing? There we go. Heal reduction comes in 2 turns. And we might have Pete revive so I can get... Nope. I could have got full war points. That was actually... I think that guy had heal reduction resist. See, that team's thinking about the potential of getting controlled. And that's just basically it. These are 2 auto teams to get through these difficult, air quotes, teams quickly. Or like largely used teams quickly. We'll do one more attack. Against another Jesus team. And I'll talk about Wangfa's weapon when I'm doing this one. Because, oh man, all these drop teams. Let me make one of these teams my defense team. I'll get harder teams now. Should be. Come on. Don't normally ask for these hard teams, but give me... There we go. Okay, so look, this is a decent practice team. You can see the heal reduction on every single character. 35%. Now, Trader has got trauma, I think. Did he get trauma? It doesn't look like it. No, it doesn't look like it. But he's going to just do it every single turn. That weapon. Same deal again. They haven't got anything to stop me from just lining it up. And this team has got trauma resist. You see, everyone just resisted trauma. Everyone just resisted trauma. We should see some people stop dropping. Next turn, 2 more people. And you see the difference in this team? Decaps, so no revive potential. Like, let's say Akira was that last character alive there. And Akira can be really frustrating, I know. But all the other 4 got decapped because of the leader skill. 2 Akiras, Shane, Princess, defend team, unbeatable. I came up against a 2 Akira team. Didn't have any problem. Trauma resists 80% on each of them. The only problem is if they get themselves into a loop, it can be tough. Okay, so that's that second attack team. That's basically that team is the more accessible version of that team. But this team, if you can get both, this team works much better against Marge teams than Jesus teams, and this team works much better against Jesus teams. So we can do Jesus / auto. Okay? And as you can see again, 3 of these characters are maxed out, but it doesn't matter too much. It doesn't matter too much. Now we're gonna build teams. Like these are my easy go-to teams, so I can, like I said, just so I can just hit and not worry too much. The next one, we are gonna go to hit what I see as like the teams I primarily come up against outside of Jesus and Marge teams. Against Jackie teams. Yep, there we go. Jackie teams is the next one. So the next one's gonna be versus Jackie, because this is a team that I see still. Now, if you have, yeah, I need to put a member in this team. If you have Magna, you're gonna have a beast team with Magna. You can create a really powerful anti-Jackie team. She's a hard counter. You're gonna be able to just literally just hot knife through butter that team. Not even joking. Like I've got an Axel team. You're gonna be able to do what Axel does to Mercer teams to Jackie teams. Just real quick. I do not have Magna, not yet. So I have to use more of an accessible team. And it still gets it done in 2 to 3 turns because it's still extremely powerful. First character is going to be Ivanova as a leader. I primarily like Ivanova over Clementine because she has a active that gives focus, and sometimes people do use shields randomly on defense teams with Jackie. And if that happens, I do not want to be focusing them. I want to be getting through them. And also the attack boost from that active is a big bonus. So it kind of probably evens out. Against high HP teams, attack is better anyway. Against high defense teams, defense down works better. Just because, like, let's say you're coming up against a team that has 3,000 defense and 10,000 HP. You're better off having pure flat damage, because pure flat damage goes through defense to a certain extent, but hits HP harder. Whereas if you took defense down against that, let's say 25% defense reduction of 3,000 is only 750. Whereas if you came up against a team that had 7,000 of each, you're going to have a much bigger impact on that defense down. So it's going to be much more influential on how much damage you could do. Because it's good. It's just going to reduce defense more, you know? The higher the defense, the better Clementine is. The higher the HP, the better Ivanova is. So you can build this team twice. Well, I don't really know. I don't think Clementine's really. It's another character. I don't think she's really come into her own yet. I don't think she's come into her own yet. Maybe she's just a good support character. Now the weapon is important. Well, we'll build the team first. I can't remember what order I had them in. I think I had Michonne, then Brutus, then Alpha, and then Rick. It's a pure green team. It is really good. Michonne is in the current battle pass, has only just been made accessible, but the 6-star version does the primary job that you need her in this team for, which is her weapon. Her weapon has the 3rd slot at the beginning of each wave. This character and 2 other teammates get 100% confuse resist for 2 turns. This is primarily why she's in this team. It's great that she has Guardian Shields. It's nice. It's just a bonus. It's great that she does, as an S-class, it's great that she does so much damage. Look at her attack stat right now. She has got nuts attacks. This is just no mods. Just leader skill and weapon. I mean, she's and no 1535s around her. She's gonna get, well, she's got 2 1535s, one in her hands and one in Brutus, so it's a little bit cheeky there. We're gonna give this character 1535. You're gonna see her attack boost up to 18k. She's one-shotting characters. Michonne's just gonna be blitzing. And then with Alpha, we're going to give the Trauma Axe, because she is going to primarily be built for anti-trader on Jackie teams. And if a couple of you have probably seen it, but she just melts traders. Her first turn days is strong, yes. Her first turn days is strong too, I agree. Okay, so we're going to mod this team out. Just coughing a little bit, sorry, 1 second, I need a drink. Okay, we're back. We back. As you can see, because of all the 1535s that are around Ivanova, she's got Rick, Brutus, and Michonne. Even Ivanova's damage goes up to 17k. That line rush that she does, although it's only 450%, man, starts to hit pretty hard, guys. Starts to hit pretty hard. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go for the combat mods here. And this is where we're going to go with HP set. This is just to balance out her HP and defense, so they're around about the same, as we'll see. But we're going to go for a mod that we wouldn't primarily use. Like, we don't want to waste an attack on, like, let's say if I went for attack set, right? Let's say we went for attack set instead. I wouldn't use my platinum one. I'd use my gold one. My gold one is giving the same bonus almost as my plat one with the set and the mod added together. Set bonus is 650. Mod here is 550, so it's 1200. This mod is 950. So I'm losing a little bit, but I'm gaining extra defense on top. So it's better to do it this way. Try and primarily use mods you wouldn't use otherwise. If you went for defense set, same sort of deal. The reason we're not raising her defense is because she actually has already high defense. And again, you can come up against bleed and stuff like that, so it's good to try and survive this. So we're going to go with the HP set, attack mod. Top right hand corner, we are going to go with attack versus. Now, while she has got good attack stats and everything, I can use whatever mod I want here because HP set, it doesn't matter. But I know I've already leveled one. 35% attack versus fast characters. I just want to guarantee that she's going to wreck a fast character. I want to wreck a fast character. Can I see the Jesus mods one more time, please? I don't really want to be going back on teams. Okay, we're not going to be going back and forth on teams too much, but I'll quickly just show you the Jesus mods. Take a screenshot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But I did a description of why I did that. That's mainly defense mods, but I'm just using it on my attack team, okay? Bottom right-hand corner here, we are going to go with Confuse Resist because she's going against Jackie teams. Even though we've got the Michonne, it only hits 2 other people other than Michonne, so you still need good Confuse Resist. And because we've got an HP set, we can take the best one we got available. It might not even be that one. It might not even be that one. 63. Are they both 63? Okay, I'm going to save the 63% for Rick. Actually, wait. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Both of those characters doesn't really matter, but they don't do anything turn 1, but I'll save it for Rick. Here, I'm going to do AP Drain. Minus 42 plus is what you want to try and get for attack teams. And minus 40 plus is what you want to try and get for defense teams. So let's say you have like 4 mods. 2 of them are 41, 2 of them are 43. Use the 43 ones on your attack and use the 41 ones on your defense. This is because characters gain 42 AP on defense teams on a basic attack with a huge AP, no AP leader. So you're going to be doing an entire full turn reduction and they won't be able to get commanded. And the same idea on a defense team, if you use a 41, the max AP you can gain on a basic attack is 40. So if you did 41 AP drain, it would take them 2 attacks to get their max AP. That makes sense. Okay. Now she's got some pretty good mods here, but like I said, these mods are not going to be used by anyone else, really. I'm not going to be using these mods by anyone else. And in this slot, what are we going to do? I think we're going to go with another resist. We're going to go with taunt resist. And we don't want to go for a too fantastic one. 55%. 55. We'll go with 55. The reason we go with taunt resist is if I do come up against a trader and he does his rush and I haven't hit this character's active, she needs to resist it so she can do the active next turn to make anyone who does get taunted not be taunted anymore. The other characters in this team are only going to have 1 resist and it's all going to be confused primarily. So, yeah. So we're going to hit apply here. Any questions on Ivanova? Any replace of Michonne? 6-star version of Michonne. You can get the 6-star weapon version of Michonne. Or Aarav. But at that point, you're not going to be having a good chance of resisting first turn. and you're also not going to be able to control. 6-star version can't do daze turn 1, which is really, really important. It's mainly her daze and her weapon is what she's bringing to the table. But you can, like, I would say in terms of tier system, S-class Michonne in that slot, 6-star Michonne, Aarav, you know? Okay? What's up, ICB? Thank you very much. Sorry I'm not really responding to comments too much. I'm just... We're 3 teams into like 6 or 7 team builds, so we've got a little bit of time left. We've got time. I should have started this stream earlier. My bad. Okay. So any questions? No questions? Okay, we'll move on to the next character. She's fully modded. You can see she goes up to 18.2k attack. She's got more attack than Michonne has, and Michonne has nuts attack. Michonne's about to be boosted though. Replace for the bear. You need to normalize. You could take Princess in this team and just not get leader bonus just for her normalize. It's mainly now she needs to be there for he needs to be there for normalize. It's his normalize that he's there for. He does damage. It's great. His execute on his rush, the 3rd slot is awesome. Like you can take out a trader guaranteed with that once he gets down to a low HP, whereas other characters can't. But he's there for his normalize against Tanya's. Tanya, Mr. Lou, you need to have this character. Like, you need to have a normalize. Have to. Have to. Okay, we're going to go Michonne now. Now, Michonne's going to be much more offensive. She's going to have attack on attack. And I'm not going to use... I'm not going to use this mod at all in any of my team builds. And then right at the end, I'll come back and decide which character I want to give it to. And it will most likely be... I mean, I'll most likely go to Aarav because he kind of needs the attack more than anybody because he has quite low attack stat. But we're going to give this lady a very decent attack mod. 500 plus. I just want to see what ones I've got. I've got 575s. So I'll give her a 570. And she's going to have attack versus alert because she can smash fast characters regardless, and she's 40%. Let me just see. 40. There's a couple 40s. I'll give her 40%. Here she does not need confuse resist at all because she automatically resists the confuse. In this team, you can do taunt resist, so you don't get taunted by Rositas and who else? Rositas and. We've got 271%. It's pretty nice, actually. But yeah, you won't get taunted by Rositas and traders. I think I might use one of those 71s, you know. Okay. Okay, bottom left-hand corner. We'll come to this one last. Here you want to go crit if you want to utilize the fact that she does have Guardian Shield. I do like to utilize that because it is a form of control. We're not going to give her my best crit though. So that's set in stone. Bottom left-hand corner is up to you. Could go a crit multiplier. You're going to hit harder with your basic attacks. But remember, her sequence is active turn 1, basic attack turn 2, rush turn 3. So she's only going to do 1 basic attack in the first 3 turns. I kind of prefer her to potentially AP drain somebody. Don't get enough of this on teams. Did I use one of these? I used one of these, yeah. So basically this team doesn't have that much control other than the stuns, so I need to load up AP drain on a lot of characters. A lot of characters are going to have AP drain. A lot of characters. Okay? Well, 2 of them at least, maybe 3. Any questions on Michonne, guys? We've already talked about if you want to replace her. Any questions? What's up, Alfie? Welcome to the stream, man. Six-star Michonne works reasonably well. She just won't have a first turn active. And if you build 6-star Michonne, you want to build 6-star Michonne a bit more like I talked about with Diego, where it's just HP based. You want her to give as much HP as possible to make her be able to survive any cheeky lose on defense. The cheeky lose. Okay, we'll move on to next character, guys. 63 likes on the stream. Thank you very much for hitting like. And this is 19.3k damage. Yeah. Now, I think that this guy is great, but he does just miss the mark on the amount of damage he can do sometimes. He requires a defense down of Alpha to really do well. And because of that, I'm going to just probably make him massively all-out attack. Huge amounts of all-out attack. So we're going to go with my best attack mod that I can find. I think it's 575. 575 again. Okay, 575. Now, this character, I want to make sure that he takes out fast characters. Because he's primarily going to be the person who does just the massive nuke of a team. And I've already done 2 attack versus... Well, I've done 1 attack versus alert, 1 attack versus fast, and then just a spoiler, we're going to have Alpha have attack versus alert. So it's going to be 2 attack versus alert, 2 attack versus fast. The two heaviest damage dealers in this team who are going to have no problem with dealing with fast characters are Alpha and Michonne. Whereas Ivanova and Brutus are, while they are heavy damage dealers themselves in terms of stats, they don't hit as hard, so you need to just guarantee it a little bit more against fast characters, in my opinion. The resist down here, we're going to have to go with Confuse Resist in the bottom right. And I got, okay, 71%. Oh no, it's Taunt Resist, my bad. My bad. 55, 42. That's what we get off. No, we're not going to see what we get off the first roll here. So 55%, not great. He doesn't need to do anything first turn. So like he's just going to do a basic attack. He will hit hard, but he hits hardest when people are already low HP. So it's all right. You mean Taunt Resist? No, I did mean Confuse Resist because it's against Jackie teams. I just went to the wrong place. Now this is up to you. You can make his basic attacks do massive amounts of damage by hitting a crit mod and a crit multiplier mod here, if you want. I did that in my initial guide for Brutus. You could also do more HP again to try and, like, if he has 300 plus HP, he's going to survive 4 ticks from Mr. Lou's active. That's actually pretty strong. He's got quite good base HP. Bottom left hand corner, then it was up to you. AP drain. Something like this is completely up to you. Personally, I'm going to just make him really offensive. I like to make this team like overly offensive, honestly. It's just a lot of fun. So his basic attacks will hit really hard. So we're going to go with 36. We're going to go with my highest one here. And in the bottom left-hand corner, we are going to hit that multiplier up. Again, we're not going to go for the highest. We've got 40%. We'll go to 37. I don't think there's too many other characters I'm going to use this except Priya. Oh no, I'm not even going to use it on Priya. Who else would I use this on? On an attack set. I don't think I'm using it on anyone. So we're going to just keep it like that. Now this is just like big explosion goes off when this guy rushes. It's nuts. It's nuts. Any questions on Brutus, guys? If you don't have Brutus, replacements you can use are Princess, Andrea, and AJ. AJ gets lead bonus, but I think he's the weakest of those 3 characters, honestly. Like, even though they're not getting lead bonuses, they're so powerful. You just got to be careful against exhaust with Andrea. The main reason... Like the primary reason he's in this team is normalized. Secondary reason is to hit hard. No questions? Alright. Now on to the star of the show. This character is the most important character in this team in terms of just being absolutely nuts. I have talked about this with other characters, like this character for instance. Utilizing different sets and getting the best out of that set is generally a good idea. Especially if you haven't bought a lot of mods. If you bought the primo best of the best mods, you've got like 20 attack on attack plat mods. You don't have to really listen to what I'm saying here. You can do whatever you want. But because I haven't done that and I don't have a huge amount of attack versus attack on plat, I do prefer to go crit set on alpha. And also, in my head, The only thing that crit set does over attack set does over a crit set is 650 to 750 attack stat, which isn't really that much versus an extra 50% damage when you crit. Like, in my head, it just sounds better. It just sounds better to have 50% extra plus damage when you hit a crit. That's what sounds better in my head. So we have a really, really good attack versus attack on crit set mod here. I got really lucky. 50 off max. This turns Alpha into a monster. Honestly, she just turns into a monster. Top right hand corner, we're going to do attack versus alert, and I've got a 58% one. She is going to utilize the attack versus alert in each one of her hits on her rush as well. So like, she's just I'm building Alpha for anti-trader. She's just going to pummel him, absolutely pummel him. Damn your attack. Yeah, this team relies heavily on attack stat, and we're going to come to it in a bit, but there is a potential for this team to be even better, but I haven't hit it yet. Why not use your Diego lead for this team lock? Or are we in the other region right now? No, I've got Diego in both regions. The reason I'm not, I mean, I could, but the reason I'm not is it's against Jackie teams. If I wanted to use my Diego team, I'd just use my Diego team. I wouldn't put the leader in here to use it. I would just take that team instead. Right? That team's set up to work with Diego, and they all work together like that. This team's going to be set up so they all work together as a unit, you know? Like, in my head, it's better to have someone who is primarily going to work for your weakness. And the weakness of this team is getting past the shield. There's got no other way of getting past the shield. My attack stats. I've got a lot of 1535s. We'll go over the weapons again in a second. Do you have... I have 4 1535s in this team, and then the Trauma Axe on Alpha. I'm using attack versus alert on Alpha because she's primarily in there to just destroy any alert characters on Jackie defense teams. Alpha will have 0 issues with fast characters. 0. She will one-shot a fast character with one of her hits majority of the time on her rush. Same with Michonne. She'll have no issues against fast characters, and she will obliterate alert characters. Working on getting more 1535s. Yeah, 100% 1535s is the way to go. Again, we need a confuse resist. Wow. I don't have many mods in this. That's crazy. Do I even have? Did I see? Okay, we do. And we've got a 50%, so not high. Man, it seems like I've got a low amount of mods here. I guess it's just because I've been getting rid of the bronze and... Yeah, okay. And then now, I've got to decide, what do I do here? A lot of people, when they've got a lot of 1535s, don't use crit. Me, I like to use crit. I like crit on my characters that I want to crit, even if there's 1535s everywhere. I do not care, because it just gives me a percentage more chance of hitting what I need to do. And then on the crit set, even if I've got, right now she's got 2 1535s next to her. She hasn't got one in her hands. She's got this. In Survival Road, she's got that for some reason. But like, if she had that in her hands, she'd be getting an extra 35 crit. This is giving better crit than that 1535 is. And if you're thinking, I could put crit on her weapon, never put crit on a stat ever. Like, this is just a blanket thing. Very, 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 very rarely, if you want to do damage, do you ever put crit on a weapon. You saw the weapon I used for Mateo, it had crit and defense. It's just because he only needs crit for his specialist, not for damage. So more damage with crit, put on the mods, always. And I just like hitting, I like hitting crits, guys. Crits is just so fun. If I play like MMORPGs and stuff, I always play an assassin crit, like high impact damage. It's lots of fun. And then in this bottom left hand corner, because I've got the multiplier set, you can see it's already plus 50%. I'm going to go multiplier mod as well. And we're going to have 44% here. Let's see if I can find a big one. I don't think I have got a big one. 41. I think it's 44%. So now her attack, it doesn't look that high. And, you know, she could get another 650. So she could go up to nearly 17,000 attack. And if she had a 1535, she'd get a bit more. But she doesn't need it. She doesn't need it. She hits so hard. She hits so hard. Any questions on Alpha? She is a character that is irreplaceable in this team. You cannot say, I cannot tell you who you could get instead. It is literally Alpha. The team's almost built around her. Alpha, it has to be in this team for me. The only other character that I could say you maybe could take... I mean, I can't even think. Irreplaceable. Am I right, though? Am I right? She's got disarm. She hits so hard. She's legit. The trauma axe works in her hand so well because she stacks trauma. Like Beyonce said. Bruh. I don't even know if Jesus trauma compounds. Anybody ever run double Jesus? Yeah, it does. Trauma compounds. Stacks. Every trauma stacks. Yeah, remember the crit isn't percentage, crit stats. Yeah, it does degenerate, but while that isn't given a percent, let's just say that gives, at my point, I've got 235 crits from the 1535, so 70. That's going to bring me up to 123 crit, right? The difference between 70 and 123, in my mind, that sounds like a lot, you know? And I think that's going to be at least a 10 to 15% crit difference, like chance. 10 to 15%. And I want to crit more, you know? Straight up, I want to crit more. My crit mods are so thin, Alpha, both Magnas and Noor. You've got a Magna. If you've not got Rampage on her, I guess that makes sense. Alpha will hit so hard. So no questions on her. In order to have 100% crit, you need around 150. I don't think that's even 150. I have 200 crit on my Priya. She sometimes doesn't crit. You cannot hit 100% crit anymore. Because if let's say 1 crit is 1%, 2 crit is 1.9%, 3 crit is 1. If the second it starts to be less powerful than the one before, you can never hit 100%. It's impossible. It's like a mathematical thing of, if you reduce the number that you add, you'll never hit 100%. Like the best you can ever hit is 99 point, but it will always just not get high enough. Always just not get high enough. Hey, what's up, Moon? Welcome to the stream. What's your opinion on Argos? If you want to hear my opinion on Argos, check out my first look video. I went over Argos in a video. No worries, Moon. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, we're going to move on to the next character. Now, this guy is in a lot of my teams. A lot of them. A lot. And this is his weapon here. I just have to check out basically the weapons I'd use with him. Otherwise, would be this weapon. So he's getting more HP here. So I need to see the balance he brings. So that's to bring him. Like, let's say he's getting a leader bonus and defense and HP. It boosts both. It will boost HP a little bit more, so I need more defense there. So what I'm going to do is probably like a HP set defense mod or defense set HP mod. You know? Let's see which one's good. 870, 970. Okay, let's see how it is here. It's about the same. Let me think who else I'd need mods on. I think we're good to. Oh, there's 1,000 one there. Oh, that's defense on defense. My bad. Okay, we'll use a 970 here. So we're going to boost his HP. In this team, it's going to work quite well. You can see. We're going to go for defense versus alert, just so he doesn't get nuked, and there are some heavy hitting alert characters out there. Now he's going to have the best mods I've got, basically. We're going to give him the 69% resist to confuse because he's being used in a Jackie attack team. If you use him in an anti-Mercer team, you'd need both of these as well. Okay? You need to have 2 resist, and you need to put stun resist in there. Bottom left-hand corner is kind of questionable. Defense while stunned is quite good, though. So if he gets stunned, he just gets massive amounts of defense. And I think we're going to go with that, actually. You can put Daze Resist on him now, because I'm not going to use him against Mercer, so you can put Daze Resist on him. You can also put... definitely put a Resist, though. He is quite stat heavy, especially if you double down on stats on the weapon. He needs to just be not controlled. But personally, I'm just going to use Taunt Resist. Seems to be a good idea. If he's on a team where he comes up against Brutus on defense, confuse, resist. If he's up against Princess, he's got taunt resist. And I think I've got a nice taunt resist. I was saving it. 70. There we go. There's a 71. So we're going to go 71% taunt resist. Alright. Any questions on my boy Rick? 155 plus crit chance equals 95% chance of hitting crits. Yeah, you can never hit. Yeah, okay, Mace, you got me. But you can never hit crit from crit stat. You can only hit it from 100% crit chance. And did you know that? I'm gonna get you back now, D Mace. You ready? You can not crit when you've got 100% crit chance. How about that? Does anyone know how you can't crit when you've got 100% crit chance? There's only one way that I know. But does anyone know? You can't be disarmed or anything like that, so it's nothing like that. When you do a basic attack, it can sometimes not crit, and there is a reason why. I have what's a good weapon for best place to ask Albert is on my absolute defense. Yeah, but like when you actually do damage, you do damage, but it doesn't do any crit damage. It just does a normal attack. The best place to ask that, Albert, is on my Discord. For sure. Some walkers have crit immunity. There we go, Moo. There we go. If a walker has crit immunity, it will actually block you from hitting a crit. So there is potential that, there could be crit immunity for the first, 2 turns of a raid or something come in on an active or something like that. So that would block things like Rampage. That would block things like Splash Damage. That would block things like 100% crit chance. So there is definitely a way that can happen. So that exists in the game, kind of like how there's a thing that ignores camouflage. That might come into the game. What's it called? Keen Senses could come into the game as a way to get past Jesus defense teams. That already exists. It's just only in certain parts of the game do you notice it. Generally, it's actually like walk hordes and stuff. Okay, so no questions about this guy. Would block collat. You sure? Oh yeah, okay, you're right. We're talking raids, but yeah, you got me. yeah, indeed, true enough. But I think there is potential for that to come in. Because it exists. If it exists in one part of the game, it's potential of it to come in somewhere else. Like camouflage was originally a walker thing, and then they twisted it a little bit, and well, we have Jesus. So that's the attack team. I'm gonna find a Jackie. Remember when we got 6 Jackie teams in 10 searches? Oh, okay. Actually, I'm not going to take on someone who's got a team. I don't want to be revenge because I'll get tons of revenges. And a lot of the time, the bot teams are better. The bot teams can be better. Come on, give me Jackie. Now we're getting Jesus. Look, we're just getting Jesus. Okay, here we go. Okay, she hasn't actually got vet rings. We're going to get one with vet rings. Just because when you got 30 vet rings on a Jackie lead, it's probably going to have traders and it's going to be better. What's up, Vash? Welcome to the stream. Axel is my new favourite tune, yeah. Did anyone see my pool video from earlier? My monthly pools. My monthly pool video. Wow, I'm not going to spoil it, but I got pretty lucky in that video. I got pretty lucky in that one. Come on, Jackie. You want to put up a Jackie team for me? Go ahead. This is going to be a decent Jackie team then. It's a good test. I got that Negan you was looking for. Oh, okay, nice. Congrats. Yeah, that's the only character that I don't have any progress on my monthly pools. You got Jackie up, okay. Okay, so we'll check out Moon's team beforehand. Oh, you've not got vet rings, man. No, your team's kind of weak, man. Sort it out. This is going to be tough because he's got double Tanyas. Like double Tanyas, double Lus, like anything where it's doubling down on characters that are just like really, really powerful is always a danger. We're going to take this team. So everyone resists. 3 people were immune, and I actually resisted on Ivanova and Alpha. And We've got to stop this guy. We've got to stop this guy. We managed to. We can bonus try and stop this guy. I'm not going to. And then we can try and stun one of the other ones with Ivanova. Not going to. Now, big bonus about this team going forward is there is an extra thing that we can do with it. If you realise what it is, we can get strong attacks on Rick and everyone gets a 50% attack boost every turn. That is going to be fun. That is going to be fun. Let me normalize you. She did resist the normalize. She didn't resist the normalize. Good. Let me try and get you out. Who else got normalized? Does it say? I don't see it. We take out him. Oh, we didn't actually kill her. We didn't kill her. We're gonna get attacked down, but there is a little cheeky thing here. This character cleanses herself before she rushes, so she still does a reasonable amount of damage, you know? She still does pretty good damage. What are you resisting? Oh, you're resisting trauma. Okay, I'll let you off. I let you off, and then we just auto. So this is a pretty good team. We're gonna have the active come out of Rick, get the revive in. Jesus is a little bit naughty to have in this team, but whatever. Bro, I got Jackie late. Why would I veteran? Yeah, I mean, I agree. But you can see this was a pretty good team because double Tanya. But if it's got one Tanya, you're gonna 3-turn that a lot of the time because you're going to be able to guarantee to normalize on the one, you know, so on and so forth. But this team can get better. This isn't there yet. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. Let's see. Oh, am I about to just try for it right now? No, I can't. There is a weapon you can get. I'll show you where it is. It is this weapon in research. Epic effects, strong. And it's team player 4. The top one on the team player 4, it says strong attacks at the start of each turn this character strong attacks at the start of each of this character's turns. All other teammates get 10% attack for 1 turn for each strong teammate on that team. So in that full strong attack team, everyone would get 50% attack except the person who's holding this. So you put it in the hands of Rick, who doesn't need attack, and everybody would get a 50% attack boost in that team. Everybody. So I'm talking like 30k attack stat on Michonne. You know? That's when it just starts to get nasty. I'm just here to put up teams for you. Yeah. So like, this team is set. It just can get a little bit better if I get this weapon and get that thing that I'm trying for, which is the stronger attacks. And then that's when this team gets boosted. But until then, it still works very well. 1535s are the primary. I'll go over the weapons again. 1535 in the leader is the most important one because it buffs everybody. Because it's adjacent. The weapon on Michonne, 1535 buffs herself and Brutus and Ivanova. 1535 on Brutus, buffs himself, Michonne and Ivanova. Got the trauma axe on Alpha. You saw it proc against Trader. Did you not have? You don't have trauma resist on Trader, I don't think. Or did I just straight up wreck you? Rick as a 6 is still the best option. What? If you don't have Rick any... Oh, yeah, oh, sorry, yeah. Yeah, just work towards S-Class Rick, and like Moon says, put 6-star in your team. And then on the 6-star, just increase the stat that he's missing. I think he has 30% HP base, so just put 30% defense and just leave it. Or make it like 35%. You normalized Trader. Oh, did I? Okay, that was kind of lucky. 2 times Rick, 2 times Magna. Alpha, so good. No doubt. Okay, so that's this team. That's all the damage. So those are the first 3 teams. Next primary team is going to be just a general anti-range team, and that means Angel defense teams and Pete defense teams. Pete is having a comeback. Pete always just gets a comeback every time a decent alert and tough character comes out. Jesus can be used on Pete teams. I think primarily people are using Jesus as a lead over Pete though. But in this team, it's just the old school. I might have to reorganize the team because I can't remember which order they go in. I think it's Kenny, and then I think it is Princess, then Rick, and then Doc Stevens here. Like, Doc Stevens is only used in one of my teams now. And it's only because I can just rush really quickly turn 2. So those are weapons. Just like that. We've got Rampage on Priya. This is a must-have for this team to really nuke hard. It can still do okay otherwise, but must-have weapon on this team. We've got a 1535 here. I'm going to reset this. I just got a 33% upgrade. Just doesn't look fun. This is 1535. Just going to buff adjacent characters. We've got the weapon. I don't think I can... Can I show you here? Yeah. This weapon on Princess. Keep her 3rd slot. 1535. Again, more 1535s. Another 1535 here. This team's got 4 1535s, so you're going to see Priya's attack stat gets nuts. 1535 here. One of the few characters I'd say as a 6 stars worth 5-star in a weapon, because he works. Even though I don't use him that much in raids, I use him all the time in arenas. We've got Rick here. 1535 on his base weapon. Keep these 2 stats for basically every team, except the strong weapon for when you come with massive amounts of strong characters, in my opinion. And that's that team. We've got a mod 4 characters. Love that OG Priya. Need to use more. Yeah, gotta use OG Priya. So with Priya, we're going to use attack set, but we're not going to do attack on attack. She doesn't really need it. We're going to use HP attack mods, and this is so she can survive bleed. You can see she can survive 4 ticks of 3 ticks of Mr. Lou. She can also survive reflect better like this. I know you're probably thinking, why would I put HP mod on Priya? Trust me. Or you could put HP set attack mod, and it will boost the attack a bit. Look at her attack, guys. Look at her attack. I do not need an extra 500 to 1,000 attack. I just do not need it. She has enough attack. I need to survive reflect. That's the issue. I do attack versus tough because she'll obliterate alert characters against ranged teams. She'll obliterate them. Bottom right hand corner. I don't necessarily need to use this, but because she's going to attack people with stun on defense, it's a good idea. Let's see if we've actually got a good... I mean, I'm not using many stun resists at the moment. Stun resist is definitely not the meta way to go now, but I do like to have a really high stun resist on her just because she's going to be doing multi-hits. And then personally, I like to go crit like I talked about before, and we're going to go for the highest one possible. 53, 49. I think that's going to be the highest one I can possibly get. Okay. Actually, wait. What's the difference? I'll go with set bonus. And in the bottom left-hand corner, this is up to you what you want to do. This mod right here will increase single target damage. So she'll do more damage to the targets that she is rushing when she hits crits. Okay, this is good if you don't. This is primarily the best one to do if you don't have Rampage. If you do have Rampage, you can use this. But I personally like to use this one, which is attack while impaired. And this means that when I see a character that's tough on a ranged defense team, they're going to have impair on defense. I can rush them, and it can boost it, follow-up attacks and Rampage damage by 120%. This is how when you see this team go off, it just demolishes it. How much of an attack stat do I get? I mean, I'm gonna go with the set bonus just because it's not that big a difference. But attack while impaired, if you want to check out how this works, check out my Magna guide video. I gear Magna basically quite similar to this, but I think I might have gone with attack mod on Magna because she doesn't have as high attack. Oh, actually, I can't remember how I did Magna on that mod there. I can't remember. But I did do this on Magna and talked about why. So that's Priya's mods. Any question? It's clear my weapons are whack compared to the good ones. Weapons are what you need to build on. I would definitely research Team Player 4 in everything. Team Player 4 in all of your things. Alert, fast, strong, and tough. I don't really use Priya. She's better than Magna. I think Priya Magna is the better combo than Magna personally. And the only time Magna is good is if you're coming up against dual characters on defense teams. Like dual specialists. Turn one with crosshairs. I mean, yeah, I agree, but I turn one defense teams with just Priya in arenas. Just Priya, nobody else. Like, she is the GOAT of damage. No one comes close to her in damage still. Magna can't do the sort of damage she can do because she just doesn't hit as many times. So, like, let's say if I don't crit out of 1 of 3 of Priya's attacks, I can still take out a team if I don't crit once. Whereas if I don't crit once with Magna, I'm not taking out a team. Yeah, she's just, I'm basically making her a monster. Look at the damage attack stat, man. Just like, Priya's a monster. I kept Priya's days on the attack and have rampage. Should I have went for double attack then instead? You can check a video on my channel called How to Get Rampage, and I talk through, rampage weapons and how they affect it with Priya. Like, she can hit double attacks on each of her rush attacks. I'm going to do a test raid with this after I fully modded it. But that's Priya. If no one's got any questions, we're going to move on. I haven't upgraded the active. You can, because unless you use her on a defense team, you can. But I mean, even if you use it on a defense team, I've just never used it, honestly. I would think it would be a waste of Ulysses, but look how many Ulysses I've got. That's not a problem. It's up to you. It's up to you. Up to you there. Okay, we're going to mod out Kenny. With Kenny, we're going to make him have HP, because again, bleed, burn. He does get focus a little bit more. He's nowhere near max stats. Like, he's got pretty good max stats. So what we could do is defense mod, HP mod defense set. We'll give him, oh no, we'll give him that one. We'll give him that one. HP mod defense set. What was the difference? Okay, that's fine. HP mod defense set. We'll do defense versus tough, because he's coming up against ranged teams and he does get focused. So we'll give him a reasonable one. Source 39, I think. There we go. Oh, we got a couple of 40s actually. We'll go with the 40. Down here, what can he have issues with? He can get dazed by Angel if you're going to take him on Angel attack teams. So giving him a daze resist is good, but you've got to have a really good daze on your... Well, the second best daze goes on... Okay, 60%. Okay, so I'm going to put that on Doc Stevens. Because, yeah, Doc Stevens. Bottom left-hand corner, we are going to do AP drain, just because it's good to have AP drain on a couple of characters if things start going wrong. We want attack defense set even. He isn't going to do basic attacks too often, but it can get you out of a jam. You've seen it a couple of times where I also use AP drain on my Doc Stevens, and I've just been like, come on Doc Stevens, and he just AP drains like Pete, and no revives come in, and it just saves me. And then we'll go with double resist. We'll go with taunt resist as well. Oh no, wait, we don't need taunt resist because we're going to have focus. So let me think. I think here's a crazy thought process, right? If I get daze turn 1, I'll have to basic attack. I'm going to maybe use an impair resist here. I'm going to use an impair resist. And this way, if Jesus is on the defense team, I can resist the impair and boost the attack of my characters. And remember I've got attack while impaired on my Priya. So she will get boosted from that, and it will multiply with this attack buff. So it's a crazy idea. It might just work. It might just work. Why don't you use it? This is an attack. This is attack. This is attack. Reflect is okay on defense teams, but Reflect gives AP. I'm not using Jesus on this team So I'm not going to be able to control. I'm not going to be able to control. 1535's Tex. Yeah. What's up, Tex? Welcome to the stream, bro. Want to test my Jackie lead with the strong team? I can do it at the end, Noah. You got double lose. Well, that's... I mean, I've got days. So that's where that team comes in and can handle double lose. Unless you resist that. If you have double Lou and you have Jesus, that is nasty. That is nasty. If a tune is at 100% AP, you have AP drain, Kenny. Do you think it will prioritize and neutralize all the AP drain? It'll do both. It'll do both. It'll do both. But some people have resist to impair, you know? So it's good. You modded Princess? Not yet. I'm modding them next. No one had any questions about Kenny other than Noah? The amount of attack on these teams is easy to see why my defense gets obliterated. No chance. Yeah, defense teams you need to build really nuts to face massive attack stat. Definitely. Okay, we're going to build Princess. I built my Princess quite differently. Where's my team to Jesus? I did it earlier in the video. I'll just scroll up and just show you. It's my auto team against Marge. The auto team / versus Marge. Like good against Marge, but it's just a general auto team. Another general auto team, but against Jesus. I should probably do Marge / auto as the top one. Let me just change that. That tells me. Wait, let me edit. Let me edit. Let me edit. There we go. Versus Jesus, auto, versus Jackie. And this one is versus ranged, but it's basically going to be like versus Pete / Angel. But that isn't every team. So if I'm getting bored, like I said before, if I'm getting bored, I'll just take this against every team. Just like, yeah. But yeah, this team will beat a Pete team faster than the other team will do. So that's why I said it's good to build teams to go up against certain defense teams. How long are you going to stream? Until I build all my teams. So probably another hour, at least. Princess, I build differently. I build her with defensive stats. And I rely on her her normalize and taunt to buff her. That's what I rely on to get attack. Again, I don't think 1,500 attack, if I did attack set and attack mod, is going to make as big a difference to my win chance as if I increased her survivability so she can survive rushes that are heavy hitting against like any defense team that's got strong heavy hitters. 6-star Lou do the job. You can do a 6-star Lou on attack. Yeah. You guys need Lou in your life. I'm close, man. I only need to level mine up. I've got S-class. I'm really close. What's up, Eric? Welcome to the stream, man. Okay, so for this, I'm going to just check her stats. So she's got more defense than HP. I'm going to raise her... She's the one that I actually double down on stats. She's one that I actually double down on stats. So I'll go I don't know HP on HP. I guess I do not. Okay, we're going to go HP. Oh, I've got a nice max model. Who's that one? HP on HP. I can go attack versus here and utilize a mod that I wouldn't otherwise. So I can either do it versus tough or alert. I've already got versus tough on my Priya. It's good to have someone who can guarantee a takedown on alert characters, so I'll go with attack versus alert. I can't level it up just yet because I just don't have the mod scrap. We need to sell some mods to get some mod scrap. I'll do that after I mod this girly out. I'm only going to go with one resist, and it's going to be a taunt resist because she doesn't need to do anything turn 1, so it doesn't matter if she gets dazed. I used to use this team against Mercers, and I didn't even have stun resist because I didn't need to do anything turn 1, so it's just like, cool, get stunned, no problem. Playing with 2 6-star Lus. I'm about to get my first Princess S-Class and Priya 2. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, bottom left-hand corner. We're going to go with AP Drain again. Just good to have it in the locker. Also, you could do Grays there if you really wanted to. If you wanted to make them more defensive. There's nothing really offensive-based here that you could use. And we're going to use defense on defense. Actually, defense on HP, sorry. But we're not... Are we going to use this one? Yeah, we're going to use a... So you can see her stats are balanced out. 5k, 5k. And she's going to hit really hard. Don't forget, she's going to get attack procs from Berserker and an attack proc from her weapon. So and they stack. 60% there. Every time she gets attacked, she'll get a 20% boost. So she has like 150% attack a lot of the time after doing her taunt. And she's just like... She's the backup. She's the backup. If Priya doesn't take the entire team out very, very early, this character is the backup plan to save me. You know? And it generally works. I mean, you guys have seen my stream stuff. It generally works. Any questions about Princess? You can make her really offensive if you want. I just don't think you need to. I just don't think you need to. What attack team would you make with 2 Mr. Lu? I mean, just use 2 Mr. Lu. You can maybe use Confuse Leader, Jackie. Confuse the defense team. Which is better, 2 6-stars or 1 S-Class Mr. Lu? If you want to use on defense S-Class, if you want to use on attack, 2 6-star Mr. Lu is okay. Okay, no questions. I'm going to just quickly level up that mods. Let me just sell some useless mods. Sell. Let me go. Shame there's no select all button somewhere. I know you can non-press, but it only does the same type. Let's sell some golds as well. We're going to sell some defense down resist. I don't ever see defense down resist being a thing, personally. I can sell some main resist as well. Wait. Yeah, sorry. Main resist are the ones to keep. I could sell some exhaust resist. Where's the... I might have already sold all my defense down resist. No. Okay, there we go. 66k. Yes. Let's upgrade that mod. Hopefully we get something good. Comment mods. Let's see what we get. Oof. Come on. 50% plus. I think we can still get... I think we can. We need 8%. I'm happy with 8% plus. Just right in the middle. Right in the middle. Give me what? Give me an upgrade right in the middle. Come on. Shamon. Man, it's gonna be using a lot of my mod scrap. I can do another 10. Come on now. Punish me with all these like failures. Failure. Come on, success. Oh, 47.5. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's gonna be better than the goals I've got anyway. Okay, so that's that one done. Last character that I need to mod in this team is Doc Stevens. As you can see, I've got Rick. Already modded because we modded him in the previous teams. But I'll quickly just breeze over his mods. Let me just think on this. HP is where we're going to go. Again. We're going to go HP on HP. And this is because he can get records. He can get records. Okay. We're going to do defense versus tough because I'm going to taunt tough characters and a lot of them can be heavy hitters. And he needs to survive that. Has to have that daze resist. The 60% one is off trait, I know. Here I'm going to go AP drain. This has come in clutch quite a few times, not going to lie. So I'm going to go AP drain here. Okay. And in here, we can either double down with stats or we can go with a resist. I think I think I'm going to double down with stats. He only needs to survive that first turn of being hit. And that's it. That's pretty much, it's pretty easy. Active turn 1, rush him, survive the hits that are incoming. My team obliterates turn 2. 100 likes. We are closing in to 100 likes. Thank you very much for hitting like on the stream, guys. Appreciate it. I've seen a couple of people run 4 6-star Mr. Lou with Jackie lead. Man, that was... Well, one decent resist. You know, one decent resist. Just got Marge, but no trainers to level her. Feels bad, man. Oofy, oofy. Get in those, you got luckies. Okay, so Rick, just again, a quick breeze. He has to be modded in a kind of every team way because he's going to be on my defense team, multiple attack teams. So he needs to be kind of really broadly modded. It's kind of hard. How many more likes until 100? 17? Something like that. Okay, so that's this team. We're going to attack Moon's now. And Moon has probably put up Jesus. And that is kind of cheating. Just going to be honest. Because very, very, very... And he's got fast characters there as well. Very, very, very few people are going to put Jesus behind a Pete. Like, extremely low amount of people. Do you switch out your mods? I think you switched out your mods. Feels like it. Infection. Can I just take him out turn 1? There we go. I did get you. Now this is the only thing. I might not hit both of them. This is the only thing. And if oh damn, I can't. I'm just gonna risk this. It's gonna be a bit of payback. But he definitely cheesed me. He definitely cheesed me. Using fast characters and stuff. This isn't a normal Jesus team. But I managed to beat it. I managed to beat it. Cheesy. Cheesy. But you're 95% of the time never going to see a Jesus behind a Pete. Because people would just use Jesus lead instead. Because he's a much better leader. Well, but this honestly, when you see a Pete team, you're most likely going to get not a very good defense team. That's it. Most of the time, you're not going to get a very good defense team. A lot of the time, you're going to get the Glens, the Kapoors, Princesses, characters that are not really built for defense. Although saying that, there's a lot of... Oh, I took the wrong team. Oh, God. Just quickly, yeah. Hence, Lou and Tanya. Yeah. I mean, I get. Cheese. Happy New Year from Costa Rica. I'm new in the game, started 20 days ago, and I already got 3S. I watch you to learn about the game. Thank you for your sharing notes. No worries if you join my Discords. Ask any questions there. Stacked weapons must be nice. Yep, it is. Just got to work towards them. I mean, I haven't spent anything at all on weapons. I spent no money. The only thing I've spent money on is armory tokens. I mean, I'm extremely transparent on my spending. I tell you what I buy. I show you what I buy. I have maybe spent a grand total of like $30 on armory tokens in a year. You know? I bought that offer last week. That was like $5. 100k. The only bonus I've got over other people is I've got Survivors Club, so I don't have to use basic items for weapon crafts. That is annoying, but for me it's mainly saving me time. I don't have a lot of time. Come on, dude, what? I do not spend heavy in this game. $40 a month. Max. And that's including Survivors Club. I don't spend on coins. Just because I've got a strong team doesn't mean I spend. You can get powerful by just grinding and putting time into it. Effectively, this is part of my job. So I do get to put more time into it than others. But I have not spent on pretty much anything. The only spending I did this year that was heavy, I did extra pulls for S-Class Heavy. I spent and got an extra 16k coins because I could get it for 50% off. That's it. I spend it. exactly no. Like a lot of stuff comes down to time put in, and yeah, a lot of stuff comes to time put in. You can, all that money does is it skips the time. That's it. I went over my weapons previously. You say that I've got stacked weapons. I've only got 2 weapons that have 4 slot crits that I crafted myself. Rampage here, and 100% crit on Noor's weapon. Those are the only ones I've got in this region in over a year. I've got really unlucky. I've crafted hundreds of the 4 slots and only got these that I kept. I did get a couple of tough hills that I had to reset up, to be fair. Oh, I got this weapon max, guys. Axel Savage Revolver. It's looking juicy. We're going to see the attack boost because of that when I do the team build there. Let me just find a proper defense team. I didn't actually attack it with the right team. But this team's meant to blitz. That's what it's meant here to do. Like, it's meant to come up against these teams that are much quicker to beat with Priya teams than it is to not, you know? It's just as simple as that. Like, this team's pretty strong, all things considered, for the kind of defense team you're going to face. You know, it's not like a Marge defense team, but for the type of defense team you're about to face, this is pretty much as strong as it gets outside of decent weapons. This hasn't got very good weapons, I will say that. I will be saying this. So we're going to take some exhaust damage, but we should not get one shot by this stuff. And we're going to do this. And we're just going to blitz, because that's what we're aiming to do. Try and beat these teams that I can... Like, if I took my infection team against this, it would take the same amount of turns to beat this as it would to beat a Marge team. But if I take this team against this, I can beat this team in 2 turns. It's all about speed. We're just trying to build speed against different types of teams. Right? This is about as fast as I can beat a Marge team. This is about as fast as I can beat a Jesus team right now. This is about as fast as I can beat a Jackie team. The second I get Magnas, this team is going to be rip. It's not going to be an anti-Jackie team anymore. I'm going to have to start building it towards something else. It's about your fastest that you can beat certain teams. Now, this is against Pete and Angel teams. And then lastly, I think this is the last attack team we're going to have to do. It's going to be against Mercer teams, which I see very rarely. I need to make sure I put people in the right place. I think in the future I can build a better versus Marge team, by the way. I just need to level up the characters. Like, you can see the characters I've got. Like, this guy's going to be great against Marge, but not at tier 2 level 1, because he's a percentage damage dealer. So yeah. Who else have we got? Noor. For the moment, we've also got... Oh, I've got one more team to build actually after this. My bad. But yeah, well, I'll talk about it in a sec. We've got Keeney. She doesn't go there. She goes there. And then we're going to take a 6-star command because I need to get the leader bonus so that they do not get stunned. Where is Maggie? Where's Maggie? Wait a sec. Specialist. Pretty sure I have 6-star Maggie on this team. In this region, sorry. Collat. Command. There we go. I don't know what was going on. Okay, so we're going to put the weapons in their hands. We're going to go with the same weapon for Kenny with 1535. And then in this character's hands, we're going to put a fast healing weapon. If you've got a fast healing weapon, great. If you've got this weapon as it was base, where it was 8% fast healing, even better. I changed it to impenetrable defense there, so that's to counter any potential infection characters that could be lurking. So we've got 4 characters to mod. This character we are going to make offensive. So we're going to give him pretty good attack mods. I think I've got 575, 575, and we're going to go with attack versus tough, so he does better damage against the mercers out there and stuff. I got an attack versus tough up here. I do. Okay, we'll go with the. Wait, was this on 40%? Okay, okay. Down here we don't need stun resist because we automatically get it, so we can avoid that. We do need. I think we need taunt resist. 71. Okay, wait. Sorry guys, one sec. So while I'm showing you stuff, I am actually fully modding my team properly. I think I'll go with this one. We do not need to have impair resist either, which is kind of good. In the bottom left hand corner, I'm going to go with AP drain. He's more of a support character. He's not primary damage dealer. And we're also going to go with HP. And the reason we're doing that is because I will cleanse the impair turn 2 if I need to, and I need to have HP on him. Basically. Any questions about Axel? I should rename this. Any questions about Axel? This is mainly just versus Mercer, which means I'm not really using it that much. It isn't that leveled up, but it still does the job. Any questions about Axel? Haven't even touched it, Marcus. Nope, not yet. I put up a legit angel defense for you. I'm not building a Mercer defense. That's what it's just there for, though. It's just this is to show you. This is mainly to show people who try and build one team to beat like 5 different teams. That is not a good way to do it. You have to build multiple different, teams. Kenneth, your Frost has 11,000 defense, 7,000 HP. You might want to raise their HP a bit and reduce their defense a bit. And I mainly would say that because when Frost defends and gets his shield buff, he also gets plus 50% defense. So he's going to get a defense boost, but he will not get a HP boost. Just because he's a bit susceptible to like burn and bleed right now. And you can get 4k burn first turn on someone like Job. People can stack double Mr. Lou, 2 turns, you've only got 900 HP left. So you want to try and balance out those stats on a tank. My team is Erin. We're going to talk about an Erin team in a second. What region you fight? Would like to smash you one time. Well, we are in Choctaw, so it's just random if you get drawn against us in war. Got Rampage on my first try ever, then the second time I got it on my 3rd try. Nice. So no questions about Axel here. He can do decent damage with 1535 around him. Yeah. I'm still working on this team. But I managed to get his weapon done, which is awesome. Feels good. But as you can see, tier 2, he's got 13,000 attack, but he can get more, obviously. Okay. Next character, Aarav. Now this is where I was saving my attack on attack because he needs all the attack he can get, honestly. He is still good. He is like a Mercer team specialist before the Axel came out. This guy was just so good against Mercer. Even without lead bonus, he was nuts. We are going to go with attack versus tough. And we're going to do that just because I want to guarantee myself the damages and potentially get follow-ups on tough characters with my basic attacks. Bottom right-hand corner, same sort of dealio. Does not need stun resist. I'm going to go with a taunt resist. I'm going to save this one for Noor. 71% for Noor. 57.5. Bottom left-hand corner. There's not much you can do here, honestly. There's not much you can do. So you could do like attack while fast. Attack while slowed for when if those towers ever come back. Attack while taunted could be quite good as well. So we'll go with at 80% attack while taunted. Because I can get the boost from Kenny, obviously getting focus. And then in here we're gonna go with another HP mods. And this again is just to make it so that he doesn't have any problems with reflect. Well, actually, it's not going to be a problem with reflect. Yeah, he's not going to have any problem with reflect, but he could have problems with like burn, bleed, and stuff like that. And he can't utilize crit. I mean, I could go with another resist. I mean, I guess I could try and do an impair resist, but I mean, how much does he lose if I remove that? He's actually got reasonably decent HP. I think I'll go with impair resist. Remember, this is primarily being used against Mercer teams, not just every single defense team. Okay, 50%. I'll just go 50%. Okay, this is kind of user choice. This bottom left-hand corner, it's hot. There's not really much choice. The dev team's on the way soon. Yeah, I'm making my defense team now. Like I'm like 3 characters into a pretty decent defense team. Priya, lead, Shane, Axel, and 2 princesses has helped me very versus not really. I mean, I built a team primarily to go against Jesus teams, and it's worked really well. I put up a Mercer lead if you want. Okay, I'll take on a couple of you. Any questions on an Aarav before we move on to Noor? Anyone else wearing Christmas pajamas? No, just no. Too bad Aarav has very low attack stat. He is good. I mean, he isn't that low. 17k is quite high. Don't forget he does 750% damage to a rush. So it isn't that low. It's still pretty decent. Taunt resist and attack when taunted. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. I've never used attack while taunted. Like this, what would you guys put in the bottom left hand corner of Aarav? Because it's like he can't use this, he can't use this. He can't use this because he'd just be getting basic attack boosts. He can't use this because anything on attack he just can't use. So I can't use AP drain. Like it's just so much he can't use. I skipped what you said. Yo, what's up, Bradley? Sorry. I'm not looking at chat too much. I'm talking a lot of talking. He doesn't do basic attacks, Albert. Like once he gets his rush, he's never doing basic attacks again. But depends on your defense. I mean that's my weapon for Aarav. He doesn't need a huge bonus. He only needs medium bonus. I just got unlucky with the last upgrade, unfortunately. I might reset that eventually. He can one-shot with basic attacks every blue tune. Yeah. I use crit and crit damage on Aarav. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. I mean, we could do that. We could test it out. I'm gonna attack set. Is there a crit in the house? Oh, there is. Up here, there's 2. No, there's not. Currently equipped. Crit. Any decent ones? 39. Okay, remove that. We'll put in crit multiplier. I haven't actually used that. I haven't actually used that. I guess I'm going to use it now. I think I might use it on Brutus, actually. And then down here we're going to use impair resist. And then we'll use... I'll get the one off Brutus and we'll swap it around. 1 second. Pretty sure Brutus has one. Yeah, we want a bit bigger crits because Brutus is going to do his his basic attacks a bit more often. And then mods, bottom left. There we go. So we'll see. We'll see what that little combo happens. He's still got pretty high HP. He's all right. Okay. Kenny's already been modded from the previous team, as is. Now we go on to Noor, and I'm going to mod her quite a lot like I did with my Andrea. I'm going to go for crit set. We are going to make her quite offensive. Going to go for attack. Also going to go for crit here. I'm going to get a crit in there. I think I have a perfect one on this region. It might be in my other region. Ah, damn. 36. 39. Okay, 39. Here we're going to go with attack versus tough. And this is just to try and... Oh, wait. I think I've got one on the top. Nope. This is just to try and guarantee myself a follow-up. It's good to double down on follow-up characters. I could just go... oh no, she doesn't need crit. One second. She doesn't need crit. What am I thinking about? Down the bottom right, we'll go with taunt resist. In the bottom left, we're going to go with crit multiplier. Yeah, there we go. So the reason I don't need crit is because I have 100% crit on her weapon. So I don't need crit. But if you don't have this and you went for 1535 just to get something quicker, I would go for crit. But that's the bonus of this. I don't have to waste a mod slot. And I think this is what I was doing. I was also putting attack versus alert in here. And the reason I was putting attack versus alert is sometimes people just put traders on Mercer defense teams, and that means that her rush will just decimate. Doubling down on the attacks is not a bad idea, you know? It's not a bad idea. Crit chance, yeah, I know. I wasn't really thinking. But that's how you should, because I said I'm going to build her the same way as I did Alpha, and yeah. But if you don't have crit expert, I would put crit mods. If you have crit expert, like look, the percentages are just OP. In any game, percentages are great. I always give this example, like every time I talk about this. I used to play an MMORPG. If anyone ever played this game, hit me up in chat because this was an old school one. It was called Asheron's Call 2. Now, in the very early stages of this game, level 20, there was a mission, and I think it was called, I can't remember what it was called, but you got a pair of gauntlets, and it was just like low defense rating for end game, but just you got a pair of gauntlets at the time. But the buff on the weapon had 20% extra damage output. There was no other weapon. The buff on the gloves was 20% extra damage. There was no other gloves in the game like that. So people kept those gloves from level 20, and then when they got to like level 150, you know, at level 20 you've got 100 damage, gives you a 20% boost. At level 150 you've got 50,000 damage. You know, you're getting a massive boost, huge 10,000 damage boost. Yeah. Why so blurry? Increase the quality settings. Go down to resolution and increase the resolution. So yeah, percentages just are really powerful. That's why I do like she's got 3% damage boosts here on her mods. It's crazy. That's why it's always better to go for attack percentage increase on her weapon as much as you can on anyone's weapon if you want to do damage, because percentages are just so powerful. I would put stun resist. She is in a team. She's in a team with Axel as a leader, so she cannot be stunned for the first 2 turns. It's generally going to be over by that point. Generally. Now the last character we don't have to worry about too much. She's just here because she won't get stunned. And what we're going to do is we're going to give her... I'm not going to give her my last AP drain. We'll give her a burn. just for the fun. We'll give her HP on HP, but not like my best. Maybe I've got a couple of 500s. I do. So we'll give her that 525. We'll give her defense against tough. She's going to be coming up against Mercers. Where are you? Yeah, that's a pretty bad mod, but we'll just put on her. We'll put on taunt resist. We will give her the 47 one. And we'll probably just give her stats. Just keep her up, keep her alive. There we go. Nothing too special. Nothing too special here. I haven't even maxed her out. I do need to max her out. She's only need 20 more levels, but nothing special though. Just because if I took Rick on this team, he wouldn't get the leader skill. It's all alert and fast teammates get 100% stun resist. So I have to take a alert or fast one. Taunt resist is a good idea. I mean, focus is going to be a good thing, but eventually I'm actually going to remove Kenny from this team and put in Andrea. And that means that's when I will have to have taunt resist and forget about taunt. Attack while taunted on that guy. Okay, we're going to do some attacks. We're going to have Moon's team, who's got a Mercer up. I bet he's trolling me right now. Oh no, okay, it's actually a pretty decent team. Pretty decent. So the best thing about this team is that you can take out Mercer turn 1. Because look, he's made him quite offensive. Attack set, attack mods, attack weapon. And I'm not going to get stunned, you know? I'm not going to get stunned. So I can take him out. I just need to be careful of normalizing. This is where, when I get Andrea, turn 2, I'd be able to normalize Shiva. Basically. But I might be able to just take her out because my guy's a beast. Did he get impaired? Or, I'm not sure. And now that this should be a nuke because attack versus strong. So that's basically what it's going to be like. I only use him when yeah, I mean, yeah. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. You're not getting any defense boost. That's always the downside of Mercer. Like, it's always the downsides. Always the downsides. Like, there's nothing you can do as a Mercer lead anymore. That's why you should definitely just get away. I mean, it's better to use it's honestly better to use, what's his name? Angel. It's better to use Angel. Oh, he went really offensive. Interesting. So he went a little bit more defensive here, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think I still get the AP if I kill you, though. Yeah. Yeah. And I just can kill 2 more people. Does that reflect? Yeah, that's reflect. Cheeky reflect. But that's what it's going to be like against Mercer teams. Isn't Noor meant to get a Guardian Shield when doing something? Is it her active? So, like, you don't even have to fully level up an Axel team, and it's going to be really, 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 really powerful. Let me just check. I think is it her active? Target enemy gets stunned for 3 turns. This character gains Guardian Shield. Yeah. What does she get on her rush? This character regains up to 50% of their max HP. Okay. Yeah. So you could go with a HP mod to try and survive Reflect. You know? I could go with a HP mod and get her another 1,000. She is definitely susceptible to HP. Mercy is terrible. Jackie stand a better chance. I mean, yeah. But like, if I was coming up against Jackie, I wouldn't use that team. You know? I would use that team. That's why I'm building teams. If I'm using like anti-teams. So that's pretty much it for my attack teams. I'm just going to build one more. It's using a lot of the characters that I already have. And the only character that it isn't using that I have is... Where is she? Is Erin. So it's going to be Erin, Michonne, Brutus, Alpha, and Rick. And then we're going to go with the same weapon on Alpha here. The only person we need to mod is Erin. And this team is very, very rarely used, but it's now and again. Very rarely used. Versus Laupo and Javi. Okay. And we'll just mod Erin. Now she's got a lot of 1535s around her, so we can get her with a lot of attack. We're going to be very, very all-out attack. I can use some decent mods now because she's pretty much the last offensive character that I'm going to be building. 550. We want to do as much damage versus strong characters as possible. That's why she's in here. Strong characters, reckon. The resist we're going to use is attack down resist to try and resist the leader skill of Javi. I have got very lucky and I've got a max one. So I've got a 75% chance of resisting that. That is quite important. The only downside I've actually found on this team, I might actually switch it up because of this. Let me think. Yeah, I'm going to switch it up, I think. We'll go back to the team and I'll switch it up and I'll explain why. We're going to use AP Drain. That's a good one. Ha! Ha! We get it, but I only get one. And then in here, we are going to... we're going to use Stun Resist, because I seem to get focused on her quite a lot. We seem to get focused a lot. Stun Resist. 60. So that's for Javi, and that's because we're facing strong characters. Now I could just keep it like this, or I could swap Alpha for Kenny. The only reason you, or even Gov, you know, the only reason you do that is because having one alert character is not a good idea, because when you come up against alert characters, they seem to focus their enemy, you know? They seem to be like, yo, this is the one that can be dangerous for us. Focus them. And, I mean, I'll put in Alpha and you'll see they'll just focus. I've attacked Moon's team quite a few times. He's got quite a lot of strong characters, and they got stun on attack. And it is real annoying. Real annoying. Let me attack you, Moon. So did we resist? Yeah, we resisted. So we resisted the attack down, and that's obviously the important bit. And this is Moon's just being, again, mega cheese, but these characters are just like, they're kind of semi-broken in that you can just use them. Any character you can use off trait is in my mind like semi-broken, to be honest. Oh, come on. Mate. What happened? What went wrong? Oh, they didn't focus her. Okay, but they did focus her. Okay, so now I'm not going to blitz with Erin. I'm going to do Michonne's rush. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I can take her out straight away. And then next turn, well, I would have Alpha's natural rush at this point, and I'd be able to rush. So yeah. And then this would do a lot more damage. That would do a lot more damage. That's actually beneficial. That's kind of, why is she still stunned? Why is she still stunned? We're gonna have Revive Train coming now. Why is she still stunned? She's been stunned for ages. Man, you got really lucky there. I think Alpha got stunned for 3 turns. I think Alpha got stunned for 3 turns. I don't know why. I don't know if we're going to recover from this. I don't know if we're going to recover. A lot made a video on updated trauma. Javi active stun. Okay. Look at all the actives. And Rush is going off. The bleed is going to annihilate me. The bleed is just about to absolutely annihilate me. Ready? Yeah. But it's funny, right? The only reason this team did well was because of people who are not getting leader bonus. So it's just like, yeah. That's why I would probably put Jesus and Tanya in every single defense team that you have, just because they're that overpowered. Javi is so good. Nope. That had nothing to do with Javi. It was legitimately just Tanya and Jesus, because I had to. I'm prioritizing characters that have not got leader bonus. It's really stupid. But it is how it is, you know, unfortunately. I think I got AP drain last time. Let's see if we... Okay, we don't get stunned this time. So I think we're good this time around. Versus last time. I think we're good. I should have disarmed Rick. Because now we're going to have the defense down come in. And then we're going to have triple rush. If I would... yep, I would use Daze on Javi. I did. He resisted it. That's why he took 3k damage. That's how it would go against an actual strong, tough team. But the last one, I got a little bit done. See, like, because I'm crossing characters over different teams, this is where I'm starting to lose out on it. Right? This is the only character crosses I have other than these two, but these two are primarily built for the same reason, so it doesn't matter about them crossing over. This one's all built against Jackie. This one's all built against, you know, Angel Peak teams. This one's all built against Mercer. And then this one, only one character's built against Lao Po and the Javi teams. These characters are all built against Jackie, and so that means I've got no stun resist. If I was primarily going to be using this character against stun on attack teams, I would have stun resist. So this is where like a little bit of roster depth would help you. Like if you had 2 alphas, or this is where I could use like Gov and primarily do him with stun resistant stuff. You see? So this team is my weakest, but it is also the least used. That's why it's at the bottom. Like I rarely ever see a Laupo or Javi. Very, very rarely. And at the same time, like, let me just attack Moon's team again. I would probably beat it easier with just my normal trauma team, like my versus any team. I've got more chance of beating it with this team. You got a fast hitting. Yeah, you got a fast hitting. So you're resisting a lot. You did a lot of resist. I give you that. We didn't mean to do the active, but it's whatever. So that's a team I'd just be like, yeah, take that in. That was better than my other team, right? And that's going to have a higher percentage chance to win. But that's my versus, like, just versus any team. Okay, so that's all the attack teams, guys. Do you want me to just recap anything on any of those attack teams before I work on 2 defense teams? Before Jesus came along, I was using Priya ×2 Kristen. Yeah, I mean, you can still use that. You just can't use that against him. You got to have different attack teams versus other people. For War, do you switch defense teams during or keep the same one the whole match? My defense teams are much weaker than my attack teams. Look, my attack teams are pretty good for someone who doesn't really like go overboard on any like spending for characters. I work 100% towards getting my attack teams sorted. I've talked about this for like a year. Now I'm starting to work on my defense teams. And it takes the same sort of resources to get a defense team sorted, you know? RNG on the weapons. It's even more important than weapons on a defense team because Windows is just a massive issue. I keep being told to change Mia with Tanya, but she be the only yellow on my defense team. Maybe Frost and Pete will protect her long enough. No, Mia is not good. I mean, the only thing that's good about Mia is that she can die quick.
and potentially die before you can get it normalized. That is it. I would definitely not do it. How do you go about getting so many trainers? You seem to have many more toons highly leveled and you get it done super quick. Do you focus 1 or 2 toons? I focus 1 character at a time. Pretty much on leveling. I think I just finished a You Got Lucky. Like, You Got Lucky is funny, but like this up here is my focus. You can see the team's called Level Up. These are all my focus characters. I don't need to focus these 2 characters as much because I'm just doesn't matter too much. So I'm going to focus Tanya because I need more defense team characters. And you saw like Moon was using. She doesn't need to use have leader skills. So I'm going to focus her over everybody else. So she'll go in You Got Luckies by herself. I'm just going to create 2 more teams, and then I'm just going to put this one as it may. Probably this one down here, just because I'm not sure how many teams I'm doing. So we'll do just her alone in You Got Lucky, guaranteed, and that's it. Easy. I just need to get the gear. Let me get the gear. We're going to League Star. Okay. Fine. Need police shields. And my trainers, my tactic with yellow rim trainers, these ones that give XP, I use them at the beginning of a level up for the first, maybe let's say couple of million, 1.5 to 2 million. Then the last million, I use You Got Luckies or 2-star trainers, these ones over here. Basic tokens as well. You can get the 4-3s, really important. It's just trainers are the hardest part of the game. They're the ones that is definitely the hardest part of the game. What we doing right now? I'm doing gear. I need police shields. Okay, there must be a better bag than that. There must be a better bag than that. There was ones with like multiple, right? Lots of police shields in it. There we go. There we go. Give me that. Okay, let's open. Nope. Let's open. Where did it go? Where did it go? Really? Wasn't it a dark blue crate? And I had 4 of them? Oh, maybe it's this one. Oh, where did it go? It disappeared on me. Did I open them all? Oh no, wait, it was this one. No, I've got no idea where it went, guys. This is awkward. Okay, we found it. We found it. It was a green one. It was a green one, my bad. Okay, so we're gonna open a few police shields. I'm just gonna tear her up, and then we'll work on my defense team. So she's my priority right now, and she'll go into You Got Luckies by herself, and she'll get 100k XP from that, which is that much XP. So she'll be at level 60 just from You Got Lucky by herself. 100 likes, yeah, we're real close. We're really, really close. This is one of those vids I'll have to favourite and rewatch a few times to remember what all to consider when modding. This has been an educational professor. Glad it's been good. I mean to do these like every 2 or 3 months because the meta changes. Like you see how many stun resist I'm not using, guys, because stun resist just isn't as needed now. Maybe on defense, but on attack, used to use stun resist all the time. Barely using stun resist right now. At least I'm barely using stun resist. I just got Shiva, sadly no clue how to use her. She kind of needs S-class lead to be decent. I'm just going to take it like a 2-minute break, guys. We're going to work on the defense team in just a second. Let me just auto a roadmap. This one's a good one. I'm just going to get a drink and we'll be right back. There we go. I'll be right back, guys. 2 minutes. Okay, I need a short break, guys. I need a short break. You notice how terrible this team is against walkers. This is how I kind of see it being against walkers realistically, though. Like, it's a struggle, you know. You've got to whittle them down, take off an arm here, you know. That sort of thing. I'm going to attack Noah's team. And then we are we're going to start on the defense teams. Okay. What I'll try and do as well is I'll try and break it up in the description of my video, and then it should have like timestamps to which teams I was working on, so it's easier for you to just jump around on my video when you want to rewatch it. Okay, let me attack Noah. Go all the way down the bottom with me. Why are we all the way down the bottom though? Why are we all the way down the bottom though? Do you want to put your Mercer team in, Noah? Trauma. It's got to be trauma resist, GB. It's got to be, right? It's got to be trauma resist. You don't need stun resist because she's automatically got stun resist. It's very satisfying to watch the blue. Kapoor is not poor. Well, I have Jesus, Mercer is poor, and Erin. Mercedes and Jesus. Mercer and Jesus leveled up with a few rings, and Jesus leveled up. I win against most raids over on me. Your region must be reasonably new, Kim. Poor, not is poor. Yeah, okay. Did you want to put that team up, Noah? Or do you not bothered? I want you to try my Jackie. Okay, I'll just try it with this then. Okay. Are they S classes? Tier. Not sure the tier. So yeah, you put Jesus in there as well. I'm gonna have to get a little bit fortunate here, but we'll see. But we'll see. Got a little bit of fortune there. I could. A little bit of fortune there. Hey, this is the RNG. You ready? Oh, you're lucky. You're lucky. Oh, damn it. See, if I would have done it with Ivanova, maybe that would have been better. I don't know. Am I bleeding right now? Like, oh no, I'm not bleeding. See that? I just have to live. I just have to live. You got really lucky, man. I don't care what they say. We get infected. I think we got kind of lucky with the infections as well, because I've got characters with like stun on, healing stun and stuff. Yeah. Is Ivanova still glitched? Is there? She can. Some characters can be. Some characters can be. Yeah, two lose are a big issue. I'm not really sure how I can deal with two lose. I mean, I got a bit fortunate. That is like if I went up against that 100 times, it would do me a couple of times, you know, at least a couple. I've been super unlucky with both my lose weapons, unfortunately. What are you going for? I'll attack you again, and we'll just see how random it is. That one's done, right? You should just you should just just 5-star and put a healing impenetrable defense on it. In my opinion. Go on, stun resist. Okay, we're gonna get one bleed. I can handle one bleed. We can handle one bleed. To be honest. Get it done. Yeah, I don't like double Mr. Lou, man. I don't like double Mr. Lou. Okay. Let's work on the defense team now. Let's work on the defense team. So we're going to do 2 defense teams, which I think are going to be the most accessible defense teams. And that is going to be a Jesus defense team. And I would say a Jesus team is like Jesus. No wait. Versus up. So this is where I'm versus against people who are on my level or harder than me. So this is a team that I'm gonna build to try and like generally just last, not win, just last. Because if what you can find is if you frustrate your opponent when they're good as you or better than you, is they can flee. So if you can try and frustrate them, they can be bouncing out. So we're gonna have this one. So this is versus. Wait, let me say it. Call it. Should I call it defense versus up? Yeah, def versus up. So this is defense when you're punching up. Like if I'm coming up against like a proper whaley faction. This is gonna be a defense when I'm punching down, which means I will be able to do like actually defend and beat them. And then we'll put Angel as the leader here. Okay, and then we'll call this Def versus Down. Okay, there are certain characters that are important, so I'm gonna have. And we'll gear out this team first. Okay, Trader will automatically go in this team. Then we're also going to put in Shane. I'm going to put in Tanya. And then we're going to put in Rick. That's going to be the plan for this team. But as you know, my Tanya is not finished. But I will gear her out as if she's going to be. But that's going to be that team. And we'll have a Rick. The way I've geared my Trader is he will rush turn 2 command, and that's what I'm kind of gunning on. Okay, and then I've got a fast healing weapon on her to help with the other stuff. I also upgraded this guy's weapon, so it's just extremely tanky, and he also in the 4 slot you can see he gives 12% HP to a line. To all teammates in a line. That includes him and the person who's in the line with him, which is Trader. So I could potentially switch them around actually. I could potentially switch them around, put Rick here and put him here so he buffs Tanya a little bit. You know? So yeah. I'm trying to go for cleanse on Trader, and then he'd be solid. As you can see, I only need to mod 2 people, so we're going to mod Tanya. We're going to primarily mod her. The downside of this is the fact that she's going to be really, really low on stats. Look at her defense. Is it not taking her weapon bonus? No, it is. HP. I mean, I could maybe go for a stat weapon for the time being. Or defense weapon, probably defense weapon. But it's just I'm not getting fast healing at this point. I need to get. See, I haven't worked fully on this. I need to get a fast healing weapon. My other regions are so stacked. This region, not so much. Yeah, so you can see her stats are not that high because of no leader bonus. But we're gonna give her HP defense or defense HP. I think we'll give her defense HP. We'll give her defense versus strong. We will give her trauma resist. It's only 40%, but yeah. We'll also give her I think I'm going to go graze just to reduce any incoming damage as much as possible. Like just any chance. And we'll go with a impair resist so she doesn't get done by all the Jesus. But that means she can just get taunted, hard taunted by everyone else. So it's, you know, taunted, controlled, you know the dealio. Okay, I can level this one up. Okay. She's not maxed out. That's the bonus. She's not maxed out. She's going to get more stats. But you can see she's kind of going to be an issue. But if people are focusing on her, that's good for my trader. If people aren't focusing on her, then she's going to do stuff. 40%. I might have an off trait. I mean, what are your trauma resist like? I only have 4. You know, I've got to level these up. We'll see what I can get on the other ones. Any questions on Tanya? I made her... she's not maxed out, but I think if you've got a Tanya, maxing her out and using her on a defense team is really, really good. Can MJ be used as a 6-star? Yes, he can. I'm going to be making a video on that on Monday. Because someone might have actually got 6-star MJ. Not sure. Might be in chat. Might be talking right now. Might say keep on surviving all the time. I think I got like 7. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna actually just. I'm just gonna actually save. Oh, I can't. I'm just gonna actually save this for the meantime, and just get loads of just loads more stuffs. So we're gonna go with yeah. And what one's bad? What one's useless? Let me just think. The defense while confused is bad, right? Yeah, that's pretty much useless. I mean, it's not useless, but we'll take it out. Okay. I don't care about it. I don't care. Defense while confused. Yeah. It's fine. And there's another one. Lie still. See you later. Get rid of some lie still. Yes. Okay. Let's level up her mods. Tanya, where are you? You could also use Doc Stevens in this team because he gives he cleanses heal reduction, but you need someone who can heal. That's the thing. You need someone who can heal. There's no point cleansing heal reduction if you don't have anyone who can heal. I'll do like a work in progress defense team as well because I have got some other characters that I can see that I can make a work in progress defense team with. Okay, Tanya. We're going to give her that weapon. And we're going to upgrade the mods here just to see if we can get some big... Come on, give us some big rolls. Jeez. I mean, it's just worth maxing out just because, but my god. 47. I mean, it is better, but... Shamal Main. 45. Oh, come on. Oh, this could be decent. 50. 50. Yeah. 45, 47, 50. Yeah. So there's trauma resist there. And so any questions on Tanya? Not much to talk about. I haven't increased her rush and active just yet because I'm waiting for missions to do it. Do you reckon you'll kick some booty this war with your Diego? We'll see. We'll see. I'll definitely be doing. I'll be definitely doing a stream, so you'll be able to see. I think I got Slice 7, but I don't think I've ever sold the Trauma Resist. I only sold the ones that I assumed would be terrible. Defense down resist. Might have sold some attack down resist, to be honest. I'm not sure. Okay, that's Tanya. Then move on to this dude. Why don't you use the management function? Because we're building teams. Management function is worse if you're... I mean, okay, I'll use the management function. You mean in here, right? In here. You're talking about this? It's just harder to find the characters you want and talk about the teams you're building. Whereas in here, I'm building... I was building a team at a time. I built this team first, then I built this team, then this team, then this team, then this team, then this team, now this team. You see? So you don't think Tanya should be super tanky, more so resist heavy? I think she should be super tanky, but 1,000 stat versus resisting... like basically, the idea of Tanya is she's most likely going to be taken out, but you want her to be able to rush once she has been. Whenever you select a specific character, you can use the management function, and you can see the level of mods rather than click on each... Oh, okay, yeah, I mean, that is true. That is true. That is true. Yeah. I just always do it on this page. I just always do it on this page. But yeah, you're right. I don't know why it doesn't show the percentages here, though. Doesn't make much sense. Why does this page exist and this page separately? Why wouldn't it just, like, when you click on combat mods, take you to this in built-in-ness, or like just take you to this page straight away, and then when you click X, you come back to skills. You know, it doesn't make any sense that that this page exists. I don't get it. But yeah, we're gonna go quite heavy but also look, I can't. Okay, I can sort of. No, I can't see his current stats. Like here, I can see his current stats. Like I can see his stats in the team, whereas when I click management, I see his base stats. So, see, that's really bad. Like this is obviously better for knowing which mods to go for, but this is better to know from where you want to go towards. Yeah. Okay, so I know I'm gonna do defense set and give him a defense boost, but I'm actually gonna do HP mod. Okay, I'm actually gonna do HP mod. So the reason I'm going to do HP mod is because of his specialist skill. The same reason I've done massive amounts of HP on him, on his weapon, is because this does not take any notice of his defense stat. It's all based on his HP, and he will take the first big hit of your team every turn. But it's also good to have him a reasonable amount of defense. He has got really, really good stats, to be honest. He's got really, really good stats. We're going to go with defense set, just to get the defense set. And I don't have a HP mod. I need to find someone who I put a HP mod on and remove that. Let's go do that. Who did I put a HP mod on with defense? Okay, not that. I might have put on Princess. It's always more important to have your best mods on your defense team versus your attack team, in my opinion. This guy, I kind of need it on him though. Do I not have two? I can do it in the management thing as well, can't I? Management, and then do equipped defense HP. Go. Okay, one's on Tanya. That's fine. And that's 895. Who's the 870 on? There we go. Okay, we don't need that on him. We don't need that on him. So what we're going to put on him instead is a gold. He's just going to get a gold. Let's see. I should have some pretty decent. Yeah, that's decent. That's okay for an attack team. You know, that's fine. So we're going to put that back on him. Top right. I'm going to do defense versus tough. 46%. Bottom right. We're going to do some more trauma resist. And we've got 47.5. Hey, thank you very much for rejoining, Moon. I appreciate that, man. Didn't realise my resub got declined. It's all good, buddy. It's all good. It's all good. Thank you very much for re-hitting the old join button. Moon activated some hex assaults. He hit the join button, guys. You see what Man on the Moon did there, guys? Is he hit join below my video. Just go below my video, it says join. You can click that. Doesn't do anything, it just shows you. For $1 a month, you can support my channel financially. It's $12 a year. If you find my videos useful, helpful, I am a full-time YouTuber. Every person who joins that, it all adds up. Nearly got 100 people on that now. Makes a massive difference. It's group funding, guys, and I do appreciate every one of you who has hit that join button. Like I say, $1 a month. If you think you could spare that, I don't even know what you can get with $1, except my channel join button because it's that good quality. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We hit 100 likes as well. Look at that. Look at the time in there. Look at the time in there. Okay, now the rest is questionable. Now the rest is questionable. You can go with reflect. You can go with defense while stunned. I don't care about him being impaired. I can double down on stats. I might actually double down on stats, to be honest. I might actually double down on stats. I haven't used any of my defense on defenses. That's nuts. I've got 1,001. So I'm going to double down on stats. And I'm not going on the bloody... Tough. It's tough. You have to. Man defenses. What's up, But BK doing, man? Thanks for joining the stream. There's a $1 Arizona iced tea. Okay, interesting. In the UK, for $1, you can maybe get like a can of Pepsi. You know, it's like 50 or 65 pence now, and that's about $1. I'm a generous guy, so I'm sure I can spare one. Exactly. I appreciate it, man. Honestly, I've been messaged, I've been PM'd on Discord, and people have gone like, "Oh, sorry, I can only do £1 or $1." I know it's not a lot. It's like, it feels mad that people would want to support me like that. Like just any like money like that is nuts. Super chats and hitting the train button, but also B, like I said, it all adds up. You're like a group of people got together to just give me $100 a month, which is nuts. 2 for $1. Oh man, how big is that? How many? How much of a? I don't know what your measuring system is in America for liquids. Is it centiliters you do in America, or is it milliliters, or is it by the gallon? Is that like 0.0? I don't know what you guys do. In the bottom left-hand corner, we are going to do. We're going to do AP drain. And the reason we're going to do AP drain is he's mainly going to be doing his active and then basic attacking. He's going to probably be impaired, you know? He's going to be impaired. So if I can get any easy, cheeky ones in, nice. Now look at his stats. This guy is a monster. If you build him correctly, 10.3k defense, 12k HP. 24 ounce. Okay, 24 ounce, okay. I can honestly say I've sent you that message saying, sorry, I can't do tier 2. Like, honestly, don't feel embarrassed about doing tier 1. It really does mean a lot. It really, really does. We need to show Shani some love, hitting your super chat almost every stream. She hits me with nuts amounts of super chats a month. For sure. Over. Angel, we're just doing this team. We're probably doing one more full team and then one more like half team. Do diamond tokens roll over? Oh yeah, they do. They do. They do indeed. Don't have to worry about that. Okay, so this team's done. This is Tanya. This is Tanya here. And this will just sort of survive, and you're hoping with Trader with kills. I need a cleanse weapon on Trader ready to close this out. The weapon I'm going to put in this team is this one. This one right here. Absolute defense means he's not a window. At the start of the battle, every turn, apply a 10% defense up to all allies. That means for the first turn, I get a 10% defense boost, which is going to be quite good for off-trait characters. And yeah. What cards are you going to be aiming for in war? Isn't it Magna or March as 40? You ready for me to hit you with a dual lock? I haven't got Tanya in there, but I mean you can go ahead if you want.
Feels good. Sounds good.
Thank you very much, Dennis. Hitting the join button as well. There we go. Tier 1. 99 cents. 99 pence a month. $12 a year. So it's a great investment, guys. 100% chance. 100% chance of being happy with your investment there. Look at the odds. I should make a video. I could do a video like this. Hit the join button today, guys. Look at the odds. And I'll bring up the odds. 100% chance at feeling good about yourself. Oh, man. If you have got Discord as well, guys, and you have hit the join button, make sure you go to Discord and then you go up to your settings and then you go into connections, I think it is, and connect your YouTube to your Discord. And if you're in my Discord channel, your name turns red just to say, yo, he's supporting me, or they're supporting me, should I say, and just to signify you are supporting my channel. And also you can use emotes in the chat. You got the chicken emotes, and I still do mean to get some more chicken emotes, guys, but I'm trying to work off some debt first, and then once I've worked off all my debt, then I'm going to start doing the more emotes. We've done one round of emotes, we'll do a second round at some point. I've got some ideas for sure. Yo, what's up, Sebastian? Welcome to the stream. Maybe you should make an intro for... Yeah, I definitely should. I told people that the reason I didn't do it during 2020 was just because of COVID, and I don't want to put pressure on people. So yeah. Been watching for a long time. Figure you deserve it for all the excellent content. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for being a long time viewer as well. I appreciate that. So let me see what I can put in instead. Let me see what I can put in instead. You know what? I'm probably gonna put him in, and then we'll just make him defensive, but I won't use like great mods. Let me just check. But you can hit if you want, Noah. You can hit if you want. Do stunt resist as well, 65%. Let me just finish putting it together. No. Yeah. Okay. Let me just 5-star weapon maybe, and then you can give it a go. Let me just quickly 5-star weapon. Have I got enough armory tokens? I might not, I might have like 48k. Boo. Okay, we'll just leave it for now. Boo. But there you go. There you go, Noah. Try that out. Okay, next defense team. It's going to be Angel, and we're going to use a lot of the same characters we had before. But this is when I'm punching down. And I don't need someone to protect my team from damage as much when I punch down. So I can take in other characters that are like frustrating. So I could take in like a princess or a shield, because some people do struggle with shields. I think taking in command is still a good idea. So having a command here is good. Who else would be good in this team? Tanya again. Honestly, basically the same team. Because I think this would be better because of just more kill potential, better cleanup. Better clean up, pretty much. Just as simple as that. Nothing crazy. So majority of the characters are modded, and this isn't going to be any problem for someone who is powerful. It's not even going to slow people down that much. But I think punching down is going to be good. Or you could do like quite an offensive defense team, and I used to do this. Like, actually, we'll do this instead. We'll do this instead. Doc, where are you, Doc? So we'll do this team instead. Okay. So this will beat teams that are worse than me quite quickly. That's the plan anyway. And for Angel, we're going to give her a day's resist as well. But I'm not sure. I think I have to go off trait. 52. And then for the rest, I can just give her the primo mods that I have left. What does she need? She needs HP. Fantastic. Defense versus fast. It's all lining up. What else? I think we need to give her taunt resist as well. Taunt resist. This is basically to stop Doc Stevens, because I think a lot of people who are weaker got Doc Stevens and they're relying heavily on her, heavily on him, and the first turn. And it's bottom corner. I'm going to do defense while confused. Oh damn! I just sold them all, didn't I? Defense while. Oh damn! I actually just sold them all. I was like, oh, that's actually a pretty decent mod. We'll just use AP Drain. So nothing special with Angel. Nothing too special. You know how you have kept me going these last couple of years. Cygnus, that's all you, man. Don't take anything away from yourself. That is 100% all you, buddy. We're just fish tanks. Everyone else is just a fish tank. You know, a fish tank. You know what a fish tank is, right? It's background noise. Makes the journey, makes the situation more chill. But it's all you, man. It's all you. Okay, this is another team I'm working towards, but you can see it's way off. So we've got Tanya. You know, basically these guys. I've got Mr. Lou. I'm so close to Mr. Lou, Shiva, and Lee. This is actually going to be a no command team. I'm going to see if it can work. Oh, where is he? It's going to be a no command team. I'm reasonably close to Lee as well. And this is going to be and this is going to be Mr. Lou. So it's going to be a no command team, and we'll see what happens there. Could a 6-star trader be used in place of S-class trader? On attack, yes. On defense, no. Lock building 25 teams while I play one attack, one defense. It's good to just like I showed it already. Like this team's way work in progress, but I showed it already. What makes it good to have teams that are good against particular teams is you melt them a little bit faster, like, and on average 1 to 2 turns quicker. On average, right? When I use this against Moon's team for Javi and Lao Po, 80% of his team is geared towards Jackie. And that means they're getting stunned really easily by Javi and Lao Po teams. Only one of his characters was geared towards Javi Lao Po. Modded Wangfa already. Yep, Wangfa's were modded. He's in these two teams. He's mainly modded to basically not get done by trader. Just not to get done by trader. He's got a bleed on his mod so that I can just do a bleed first turn against Marge teams, and also to do follow-up bleed when she's got 100% resist up to her and her teammates. And then every time I do just a basic attack, this could do 4 to 7k damage. You know? Well, 2 to 7k damage. I think it would probably be 2 2 to 5k, because the leader skill of Diego would be reduced, like gone. Did 2 duels, won one, lost the other. It's about speed though. Like, that team is not built to win. It's more built to just not be quick to beat. That's the hope. That's the fingers crossed. Okay, that's you challenged. No, I challenged you. 7 turns. See, that's reasonable. I'll take 7 turns. I'll take 7 turns. And I beat you. Okay, so there we go. I mean, I knew you were going to attack with lose, so I was kind of being a scumbag there with Mercer. But if I had what's her name up? Tanya. Yeah. The 7 turns is actually pretty good. I'll take 7 turns. And then the next one, you beat me in 4. Okay. Oh, you got Diego, didn't you? How many trauma did I have? I only had 3 with trauma. See, this is the problem with a Rick. If I had a Kira here, I'd be getting leap bonus, and I could fully gear him just to be in this team. You see, that's why it's good to have a character that just sits in one team, and not have a character that can go on like 8 teams, because you need to just up against 8 teams. Shake my head, Akira, bro. He is so frustrating. It's a joke. Oh, I've got my Survivors Club pool. I'm going to do my Survivors Club pool in both my regions, guys, because you've stuck around. I've got over 100 likes. I want to thank you very much for the likes. We're going to do the poll on Magna. See if we can get any tasty stuff. What are we going to get? I swear, every time a character comes out that looks slightly like the promo, I get so baited, man. I get so baited. So baited. Like, oh my god, it's an alert character. Now out comes the pistol. It's Sandy. It's Sandy. Of course it's Sandy. Oh, wait, one more team to build, actually. One more team to build. It's not a primary war team, but this is a bonus team, okay? I'm going to call this one just work in progress. Work in progress, no command. Let me see if that works. Command, no. Literally one letter. No command. And then the last 2 spots are Mr. Lou and Tanya in that team is an idea. This is a farm team. Now you might think, who needs a guide on a farm team? Trust me. There are certain characters that are so good at farming. That it's like this guy is going to be great at farming. She's great at farming. He's great at farming. Not good at farming. Not good at farming. Do not take multi-hit attack rushes. She's alright, but just because she does so much damage. Not good at farming. Not good at farming. Terrible. Like one of the worst farming characters there are. Just in terms of speed. Farming's all about just getting through things really quick. May would be a good farm character. I think he would be a good farm character. Because the splash damage and collapse and stuff. I don't think I have a very good splash weapon in this region, but I do have one. There we go. This is bit of an old one. I don't think I've got another one, do I? No. Okay. Who else is a good farm character? I mean, honestly, you could probably take, like, Bazooka Abe. You could probably take Bazooka Abe at this point. But it depends. If you're trying to take this team in against humans as well, this is mainly going to be a Walker team, but you could take Bazooka Abe. She's actually pretty good at farming. I don't think she gives her AP. Ah, she does. She has quite a nice rush. Anyone who deals, like, damage to multiple characters, I've just taken him. I don't think he's going to do his active, right? He won't do his active unless someone gets impaired or he loses HP. Okay. As an S class, he's going to be legit though. And And we've obviously got a drop leader as the old leader. Okay, so we're just going to mod these out. Just going to give them the leftover attack mods. I'm not giving the best one because I've got to do my 5-star attack team as well. Doesn't really matter about the rest. Let's go with attack versus tough. Let's go. Don't do bleed or burn on your farm teams either, because that wastes ticks. Like it goes to bleed and burn, and it takes like a second to process a bleed and burn. We do attack versus again. Same deal with this guy. Attack. Might want to just give him an attack mod like this. Yeah. Okay, we've got some decent ones here. Attack versus fast, alert. I know it's like, why are you using defense set? It doesn't matter. The attack mod gives us the biggest boost. No burn. Defense while disarmed. Probably not even worth. I'll do that one. Actually, that's really good. There's literally nothing I can put in the bottom left hand corner. That one. And I'll do a double down on attack versus again. Or I could use crit. I could use crit, I guess. Okay, I think that's everyone modded. Gov. Attack. Attack. Use stun. Attack versus. Use AP drain for now. And I'll use crit here. Okay, so that's a farm team, okay? And then if I do my farm stage, you'll see it'll just blitz through it. Just because the follow-ups will be everywhere, right? Will be everywhere. Ready? See, the active of Gov was bad. Basically, you can test this out. If anyone's doing actives, you need to remove them, honestly. But yeah, okay, Beta's out, Governor's out. We're not seeing any actives from Amber and Brutus though. But Gov's just doing his active 24/7. That's terrible. When is World Depot? Dylan is the Farm King. Probably, man. Probably. 25 minutes for War Depot. 25 minutes. I'm picking up those armory tokens straight away. Straight away. But look at the follow-up characters. They just clear so quick. Because they attack almost straight away after they do their first attack. It's just like boom, boom. So quick. Follow-up, guys. Amber and Brutus are great. But you can see the other characters. They're out. These guys are out. I'm just going to remove the mods. You're out of here. Anyone who's got AP gain on their active is a bad one. I think I've got multiple Ambers, honestly. I might just pile up the Amber team. And I need to build a slow team as well because the issue I've got is I use it as my intro and I can't have it destroying too quick. We'll think about what we're going to do, but this is farming versus farming. Nice and easy. Okay, I'm going to switch to my other region. We're going to do Survivors Club pool there. Going to do a little old Survivors Club pool. I do double Amber, Brutus, Barker. Barker? What's the old Barker there for? Is that just in case? And then he gets buffed when they die. Check out Dylan's speed on your test region, unless there are some secret stuff there. There's always secret stuff there, man. I have to go back and put timestamps on. I will put timestamps on it. Don't worry, Shani. I'll sort that out. As soon as possible. But I'll put timestamps like it will say like Diego attack team, Wangfa attack team, Priya attack team. It might be like Priya attack team versus ranged, or like Ivanova attack team versus Jackie, and then it'll be like you can click the timestamp in the description. But I also think it does something on the base of my video. It does a line to say, yeah, click here and you can skip forward. Just take Diego Liga as your intro team. That was taking ages. Yeah, I want a 5-minute intro, not like a 20-minute intro, man. that was pretty funny though. That was pretty funny. That was, oh dear. Because I was about to write it all down. Yeah, I mean, if you want to write it down for me, no, I'm joking. Do not. It takes me 10 seconds to like find this stuff because I can just skip through the video really quickly. I'm only joking. Like, so don't take me seriously half the time. I maxed out my Job as well, by the way. I maxed out Job. I haven't modded him, but he's gonna be a lot of fun. Here's my defense team in this region, guys. It's getting there. You can see there's one weakness. Oh no, it's not that. Didn't I set up for my brother to test out? I might have got rid of it. Here we go. It's nearly there. It's nearly there. It's all active based. There's nothing that's on this weapon and active based. There's nothing that relies on rushes on this team. Nothing that relies on rushes. So I might change out Rick because nothing relies on rushes. I might change out Rick for Jesus. Joe, he takes his hat off. It's kind of weird. He takes his hat off. I got the pistol in this region. Progress, guys. Okay, let's see. I think I could do my SC pool now. It takes a little bit of time for the region to like acclimate to me actually being on it. Ready, guys. Alrighty, I'm going to do it on the Scotsman. We're going to do the SC pull on the Scotsman. Let's see what we get. Scotsman with the big claymore. Give me something nice. Oh, Scotsman cards. Scotsman cards. He's Scottish. Good luck. Yeah, thanks. Thanks. I think these are just researches. Okay. Alright, guys. This has been a 3.5-hour stream. But it's good to do this once in a while. I need to do it on this region now, but I'm not going to stream that, don't you worry. Yeah. I might actually do separate videos for each of those attack teams. So, like, you can check the big video, but I'll separately make videos for each of those attack teams as well. Was this useful for you guys? Is that something you'd like to see, a breakdown of each team? And go into even more depth, make like go over it a little bit more. Because my team's fully modded now, I can just show them again and just say why, and I don't have to mod them. The modding bit took a bit of time. Professor Luck. 100 likes on the stream as well, guys. I want to thank you very much for that. We also had 2 new people, new members. Maybe we had some new subscribers, but for whatever reason, it doesn't tell me. We had 2. Well, we had 1 rejoin. Thank you very much, Moon, for the rejoin. But we had a brand new Dennis. You get to relieve Moon from the fences. Moon was on the fences for 6 minutes and just whining about it. I don't want to be on the fences. I shouldn't be on the fences. Well, Dennis, you relieved him. You are now on the fences, manning the fences, keeping those walkers away at bay, you know. It was awesome. Appreciate it. It was great to see you and helped me a lot to think about different things. Yeah, the most important thing on those attack teams, like everyone was saying, oh damn, I look at that and it's just so much high attack stats. You want to get this. Team player 4, the one on the far right, research that on every single trait. And then you see the third one down, give 15% attack and 35 crit to this character and all adjacent teammates. That is so important for a percentage attack teams. So important. So important. Where was the one? I'm going to try and find the one. It's 35% heal reduction. Is it in team player? Where is the 35% heal reduction? Is it in... Destruction? Where is 35% heal reduction? Isn't it in resistance or something like that? Where is the heal reduction, guys? I can't see it. Ah, there we go. You can see it in the 4th slot there. Is it not on every single... It might not be on every single one. No, it's not. So for melee characters, it's the 10% defense boost. But for range characters, it's a 35% heal reduction. I think that's one of the only weapon specials that you can see. The 4th one down here. At the start of your every turn, apply 35% heal reduction to all enemies for 1 turn. I think that's one of the only weapon specials that actually debuffs your enemy on your turn. Like, without you having to attack. This is good for a trauma team. Because it gives you an extra hit of a debuff coming in to potentially get resisted to proc trauma. That makes sense. I think I run the kitchen. Yeah, we are going to come up with something about this. We are going to come up with something about this. Council of Elders. I don't know. I think you're a 1-year vet. I don't know if that's a Council of Elders thing. That's, and especially if you're just leaving and coming back whenever you want. I don't know, man. We're in 15 minutes. It is indeed. I am going to bounce though, guys. I want to thank you very much for tuning into this stream. I will be streaming War tomorrow. It'll probably be... It might be a late one, honestly. It might be a late stream. I might start around the same time. My sleeping pattern right now is all over the place. So, yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But, yeah, thank you very much for tuning in to my stream today. I'm going to have to unequip all these mods. I'm going to have to unequip all these mods. And like I showed at the beginning, the best way to do it is click this one in the bottom right-hand corner. This one at the bottom right-hand corner of the first 9. Click it twice, and you can see the unequip button just comes up. And then that's how I get through it really quickly. And you can see we're still on free removal for the next 13 minutes. And you can probably get rid of all of your mods. As much as I got a lot of mods here, you can get rid of them all really, really quickly. But yeah, that's going to be the end of my video, guys. My stream. I should have the week ahead in RTS up tomorrow. And I will also be doing a live stream for War. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving, guys. Bye-bye.